I slept in High Point Solution Stadiums for almost summer.
I think we live in a time where spirituality is at an all-time low.
I've always chased him in everything he did. So anything he did, I did behind him. And I want to be better than him in everything.
To help your kid in any kind of sense, because you've been so unplugged from their academic journey.
Just jump for a little bit. Ernest told me back when I was visiting Mark, for real.
Facts,
yeah, that's when he
facts.
talked about this, John.
Facts. What's crazy is though, when I sit down and think about it, because I was thinking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
What's crazy is, well, we have a lot to talk about, because your journey to get into Morehead,
Yeah, for
and
real.
then after
more,
more, you know what I'm saying?
Have Morehead.
You feel me?
Yeah,
At
after.
Morehead, and then after, and then now overseas. Like that's a lot to. You feel me? That's a lot
For
to
real.
go over, and that's just football wise. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been thinking. I'm like, bro, like sometimes I'm like, damn, is football really what I'm called to do? But I'm like, it must be though. Like all the stuff I done went through with football, even before college, man. Like high school, I had a little bit of up and down too. But I'm like, bro, I'm still playing, and I'm still impacting people everywhere I'm going by playing the game. So it's like I'm definitely gonna play until I feel I gave football everything I got.
Facts. I think about. So right now, my favorite thing is Jalen Hurts. Like
He's a beast.
To think about his story
a
though.
beast.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like break down his story. Like you know what I'm saying? Like let's think. All right, so let's do this. Actually, let's do this first. Let's do this intro.
All right, bet.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Athlete Diaries. I'm excited. I'm hyped to be back. We're back. We're in this new studio. We are in Georgia. My boy Dre flew out here to come see us. We are recording again. We're putting out new episodes on the regular, so make sure you are checking out. We got the new merchandise going. If you're only listening online, I'm sorry you can't see it. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. We got the FGE hoodies and workout gear and a lot of things coming, so pay attention. Make sure you follow, subscribe. But yeah, welcome my boy Dre.
What's up?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man. I'm feeling great. Just
yeah, we had a good
excited,
day today.
dog, for real.
Yeah, for sure. We got a good day today. Done some things, got a good workout
got a good
in.
workout.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what we needed right
Most
there.
definitely. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this, but we've been planning this 6 months or something now. He's a busy man. He plays football overseas, and that's what we're about to get into. We're going to get into a lot of things, if I'm being honest. He has a crazy story, and really, like we were just saying, like I was just saying, like Jalen Hurts' story, right? You talk about him going to Alabama, right?
Lead him to a championship.
and then next season getting benched in the SEC championship, right?
Brought him all the way back to the championship.
You feel me? Like rode the bench with Tua the next season, and then played in the championship game when Tua got hurt, and then we did the SEC championship and did a comeback.
SEC championship.
Yeah, and did a comeback, and then went to the NFL, sat the bench.
Forgot Oklahoma.
Transfer
Alabama, went to Oklahoma.
Yes, killed it at Oklahoma. Then went to the NFL, sat the bench. The second year, didn't he get replaced? Like the Eagles were over.
Yeah, I think it was
there was something. He got injured or something,
yeah.
and then he didn't play. And then now, but my man's is in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they got rid of Winston.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how when you believe in somebody, though, bro.
You feel me? When you believe in yourself.
Yes, exactly.
When you believe in yourself, bro, that's what happens. That's what it looks like.
That unwavering faith, like he was gonna get it done no matter what.
You feel me? And
a lot of people can learn a lot from that.
A lot from that. But I think people are about to learn from you too. I think it's close to the same.
For sure.
You know, you may not be in the league, but you're in the league. And you had a crazy journey, like to get to that point. So we're about to learn some things today. I can feel it. I can feel it. So let's start with this. How did you get into football?
Ever since I was about 2 years old, that's when my family remembers. My uncle played in high school. My dad played in high school. Uncle actually went to the NFL, so I mean, he's a big reason why I'm like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Why I love it. I mean,
sure.
I was born. He was about 13, so he wasn't even in high school yet. And then he got to high school. I was around 2 years old, and then just go to his games every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend we had his games. Him and my cousin. So I mean, that was high school football every week for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, that'll teach you a lot.
Yeah, for real. So I fell in love with everything from the atmosphere to the band. I don't like the band we be playing. I'd be in the stands dancing, just hype, happy to be there. And I was like, I knew that's what I wanted to do. Like from watching them do that, like that's all we do, toss the ball around the house. I mean, like I was telling you earlier, bro, like I loved it so much, bro. I'm in the house running.
Right, yeah.
No care. Church socks on, everything on, bro. Just ran right into a corner. got some stitches in my head, but I mean,
I feel like you're not a real football player. If
Yeah,
you've never done something like that in the
for
house.
real though, bro.
You know what I'm saying? If you
Gotta
never
have the
played
battle
football,
scars.
yeah, exactly. If you never played football in the house and then ended up with some scars, I feel like you're not a real football player.
That's when I knew. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to stop. I was like, yeah, I like to do this.
So coming out of high school, we played ball together at Moorhead.
Yeah.
But how did you get there? Because that was a journey in itself. Just
So
for you
yeah,
to
I
get
mean,
there.
I can take you back to high school. I mean, freshman year, had a great freshman season, played on the freshman team, but even still, like that's where I got a lot of confidence at. And then I was like, I can really do this. Because Little League it was I
You were
wasn't
a
really.
quarterback even then?
I was a quarterback in Little League, but I was handing the ball off. We didn't have nobody to really throw to back then,
Yeah,
so it was like
for sure.
hand off. I would run it every now and then. But then high school came, I was actually able to throw the ball a lot more. And I was like, I can do this.
Yeah,
Sophomore
for
year,
sure.
I got moved to DB and receiver because the guy we had was a senior.
Mm.
So he was a beast.
He was nice
He's
looking, yeah.
he's a guy that I looked up to. I was like, I mean, he knew how to play ball. So then my junior year, I had a couple issues with just like on the field for sure, but like just couldn't ball security for real.
Mm.
And then so I was alternating a lot. And then my senior year came, I was just like, my whole mode switched. That spring of my junior year, my whole mode switched. I was like, bro, like this is the time. Like it's like time to like go time, man. Like
Yeah, go be about a football.
exactly, bro. Like
Yeah,
I gotta get
yeah.
this scholarship or football might be over.
Yeah.
So I was like putting my all into it with the camps.
How was that for you? That mentality, that space? 'Cause that's a hard space to be in. I don't think we've talked about that period, that gap for a lot of people on this podcast. But I went through that same gap.
Yeah.
That spring going into that, and no real scholarships. No.
Exactly.
That's a hard place to be in your head because you got to decide. Because I mean, just like a lot of right, exactly. Just like in a lot of things in life, you're sitting there and is this really like am I really that good, or is this really what I want to do, whatever, and you can decide to give up or go harder.
And the thing is, I knew where I was my junior year. I was like, bro, these kids are getting over. These kids have 30-something touchdowns. They sophomore year, I'm like, forget that. I don't even care about nothing in the past, bro.
Yeah, right.
It's all about from here on out.
Right, ball out senior year.
Exactly.
That's all you can
college
do.
is college, man. If I can just get my foot in the door somewhere, that's all I need.
I just need to get in there.
Exactly.
For sure.
So I was working out. Our coach, he was crazy in the weight room. Like he was doing.
Yeah.
I don't even know. He could be an NFL strength conditioning coach easily. But then just off the field, got my grades right. We would go to the field every day too. 7-on-7, 1-on-1s. It didn't matter. If I had a ball, we were going out to the field.
For sure.
I was grabbing whoever. Freshman, sophomore, my grade, didn't matter. We was going out there, we was going to put in that work. And then, that summer came, I think the whole team, we just had this aura about us. Like we knew we was like that.
Yeah.
So we was like, we're going to go out here every week. We're going to, give it don't matter who it was. We're going to give them work. So we started out, we won every game in the regular season that year.
Okay.
I was out for the first game, had some dehydration problems.
Yeah.
So I was out
That's crazy. That happened to me too. I didn't miss the first game, but I had a whole heat stroke.
For real?
Yeah, but in the middle of no, it was at the end of camp. It was like the last day or two of camp.
It was a practice right before school started, bro. I'm running down the sideline, bro, in practice. So I'm quarterback. I'm not getting touched anyway, but I don't care, man. I'm game speed for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going, bro. I just feel something in my back start cramping up. I'm like, oh no. And then my whole body just
locked up.
Oh, and it happened sophomore year too.
Yeah.
But this time I was like, bro, this is, come on now. I can't be going through this. So then, the first game come, I get out the hospital the Thursday before that Friday game. So I'm like, coach is like, yeah, we can't play, man. We're not gonna risk it right now. We got a whole season to go. So, I stood there. I was a captain still, so I was just, there for my teammates. I feel like as a quarterback, that's what you got to be anyway.
For sure.
When you starting now, you got to be there for your teammates because they're looking up to you. No matter you first string, second string, you looked at as a leader. If you're a quarterback, that comes with the job.
Most definitely. My question is though, real quick. Were y'all out there all day? How did you know what I'm saying? Were you just not drinking right?
It was on me. It was on me for sure. I feel like I definitely could have been drinking a lot more water. I'm the type of guy. There's juice in the fridge, bro.
I'm gonna drink juice.
I'm gonna drink.
I get that.
But
then that's not something. Unless you're because I struggled with that with my son.
It was something in me. It wasn't even so much my habits. It was just something inside my body.
Just shut down.
Yeah. Because it had happened before, so it was obviously something that was wrong inside.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully it hasn't happened since then, but I mean, I also make sure that it don't happen.
Yeah, I can't relate to that. So I sweat a lot. Like I sweat really easy, and I sweat a lot. And so like in college, Kyle and I talked, and he said, but he was telling me like you need to work on your sodium intake. Because I don't really salt my foods, and I really wasn't into that. So like when I got to Moorhead, I started taking the potassium pills, Pedialyte pills all the time. But like when I had my crazy heat stroke in high school, my high school coach was crazy.
He didn't care.
But he was crazy, like real deal. Like so I know a guy who went to the Marines, and if you ask him about the Marines, and he'll say, if you can survive the stuff that we went through in high school, you can survive the Marines.
That's crazy. Though.
That's insane.
My dad said the same thing about his high school coach. He was like that shit made him so much more prepared for the Army than
how many games did your dad win a championship in high school?
No,
he didn't. I tell you, we lost my high school career as a starter. I lost 3 games. Sophomore to senior year, I lost 3 games. Senior year, our closest game was 21-0. And
So
we had 4
start.
Oh yeah, our start championship game was like 36-6.
God.
Yeah, we were running people out. But my heat stroke, bro. We were sitting there. So I went to my junior year. We got a new head coach, but he was our defensive coordinator.
Okay,
we had
so
the best defense.
Yeah,
we had the best defense in the state since he took over.
Yeah.
Like my sophomore year, no one scored a point on us to game 5.
So
we
were
were doing things. Yeah. So I went up to him and I was like, we were thinking about doing an overnight like team thing together, like sleeping overnight, whatever. Like, would you be down if we did that? Whatever. Went to him, took the idea, turned it into his own thing. All right. So we stayed overnight. We played dodgeball that night. We did a bunch of other stuff. We had like a team meeting. We did like the seniors got up there and talked. Like we did a whole 9 and 10. They woke us up the next morning at 5 a.m. We had a practice for like an hour at 5 a.m. in the morning. Had team breakfast. Watched some film. Did some other stuff. Had another practice at like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
At this practice, it was an offensive practice because we weren't big enough to platoon or whatever. People had to play both ways. Yeah. So I was a left tackle, starting left tackle, and I played defensive tackle. And so we had these things called character tests. And looking back at them, me and Coach Rhodes at Moorhead used to talk about these all the time because they're a difference maker, right? So you get to the end of practice and you've been killed, right? With 2 hours, 2 hours, you're out there. And so we get on the line. Okay. And we're running. And then he throws the ball up in the air. And he's like, offense, you got 20 seconds to run a play. While the scout team is already out. Because the scout team didn't run. Only the offensive people who rotated.
Yeah, I mean, the people that are playing, they should be the ones,
So they're the ones running. The scout team is sitting there. And we did this on defense, too. So, like, defensively, anytime we did this, it was the defense had to run sideline to sideline in between plays.
Okay.
Dog.
Hey, bro, that's funny though. My coach, there was some type of crazy coach convention or something, bro. Like my coach is definitely on some stuff like that.
I don't know where you get that from. I don't regret any of it now, but I don't know where you get that from. No. But we had to do a thing where we had to hit our chest. So because he was pissed about something. Yeah. So we were doing sideline to sideline, and you had to hit your chest every time he blew the whistle. And so we did this about 4 times. So we did it. You ran 4 plays and then you did. You didn't get the first down or you didn't score. Okay. Well, of course you're gonna get the first down to score against the scout team. Yeah. So he was being a dick about it. You feel me? We would gain 5 yards and he would be like,
if he didn't get the first down.
Yeah, he would be like against so and so in the semifinals. That's only a 2-yard game. Yeah. I'm like, but I don't know, dog. We just opened that whole whatever. So we get there and we probably go through this 4 or 5 times. So I make it to the end of practice, right? We get in the huddle, we go through this, and they start doing special teams. So while they're doing special teams, if you're on the O-line, you're not on the special teams, we did pass rush. Okay. So I'm over there and like when I tell you, I can feel myself about to break, right? About to break. Like my body's shutting down, like I can feel myself like starting to shiver like this. And like in my head, how we were trained, where when that happens, you have a choice. You either get stronger as you go or you get weaker. No matter how you feel, it's a choice, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, you better suck it up. You better figure out a way to get it. Let's go. So I'm sucking it up, and we're going. We get into the huddle, and I take a knee, and I'm putting my hand on my helmet, and we're sitting there, and everyone's on the knee, and my body's just doing one of these, right? Just shaking. And I'm sitting there the whole, shaking. And whenever he gets done talking, everyone goes to stand up to break it up, and I fall over. Fall over. I blacked out. I didn't wake up until they put me in the ice bath in the training room.
That's wild, dude. Because that happened at Glenville, actually. My roommate, because we both transferred in. He came from Florida State, and I came from Morehead, so we was like the new transfers in. So we come in, it's like probably the third or fourth practice, man, where we do 2 minute. He's been out there the entire time, so it's still a quarterback battle at that point. So
he's
all of us he played left tackle. He's my lineman.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So then we're rotating at quarterback, and then 2 minute comes. I go in. I'm the second one to go too. So he already been down 2 minute once. This is after the whole practice, bro.
Yeah,
so
sure,
it's like almost the exact same thing, bro. Like coach is talking, he's fine. At least we think he's fine. Bro, he's trying to go back to the locker room. Just passes out, bro. Gets back up and then goes into the bathroom and then just like sitting there like, oh shit.
Yeah. But no disrespect to like any other position, but when you're sitting there playing tackle and a guard, bro, you're shoving a 200, 300 pound man.
He's 300 pounds himself, bro.
Exactly. But that stuff is hard. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, that was one of the craziest experiences I had. I cramped like head to toe,
full body jump,
full body
stuck.
Those are
I tell you that I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Nobody. Not my worst enemy.
I'm saying like
Not
that is probably the
enemy,
worst thing I ever been through.
Yeah.
Not even probably. That's 100%.
Yes. I've been through a few of them at this point now. I had one in Morehead.
Really? Was that there yet? Maybe not.
It would have been, yeah, bro. That would have been the first year.
19?
19. That would have been the first year. Remember? Because I missed.
I do actually.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I know what he's going through, bro. Yes. That's like no joke. And some people don't know, bro.
Until you go
people
through it,
don't
you don't
know.
Yeah, I was down bad, but yeah, I wouldn't wish that on my
dude. Nah,
that stuff is
like
crazy.
I'm saying, I take
I'll go through shoulder. I'll go through shoulder surgery again before I go.
So you're not playing. You can say I'm not doing those. But yeah,
that's
because that is the worst, bro.
Most definitely.
And it's like something you can't even help, bro. It's like
no.
You just really got to wait until your body starts to
gets enough water. Yeah. Because the thing is, bro, you can't just drink or pound water because you're just gonna throw it up, and that's what makes it ugly. Because you're kind of sitting there cramping, and you're like, "Give me water."
Exactly,
but it's like, bro, if you drink water now, that's not gonna do nothing for you.
Exactly, dude.
And it's an ugly process. But I feel sorry for any person who goes through that, dog. I feel sorry for you because that's an ugly process, for sure. But let's continue. I think we were on.
First time, my senior year.
Senior
so
year.
That happened. First game I don't play, but I'm there. All that. So second game comes, other guy starts because like I'm still getting back acclimated. That was my first week back at practice in 2-3 weeks. So they're like, okay, we're gonna put you in if we need you.
Yeah. So
then second quarter comes around and like, Dre, it's time.
Let's go. Yeah.
I was like, like I was ready, bro.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Like nothing was holding me back, man. It was my senior year, bro. I was ready. Whenever I got in that game, I was like turning up.
For sure.
So I come in, I think it's my first drive. Probably go 3 and out, I think, and then second drive comes. We run this like a go out concept. So receiver goes out, and then slot goes out. First time I hit the slot on the out route, and I see like the corner. He came down a little too quick.
Yeah.
I looked at the coach. He was like, same thing. I was like 100%.
Yeah.
Called that joint again. Next play, drop back. Some one of my linemen, he got beat a little bit, so I scramble out. Receiver wide open down the field, like a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you, I know I freaking saw that, sprint down to go meet him in the end zone.
Yeah.
Bro, I was so hyped. So
and that changed it, didn't it? Once you get the first one, especially coming back and you missed, it's like, all right, bro, let's go.
I'm like, I'm in there now. I'm ready. So that game was actually against number 1 team in the state at the time. Mm-hmm. So we were like number 3 or 4. They're number 1.
You were playing in Virginia, right?
Yeah, Virginia. Yeah. So the highest level, 6A. So we're a team called Westfield. We'll get back to them. So we do that. Come down. It's I think it was like 1919. I come down, play action, hit the same guy, touchdown the goal line. Catches that jump with a guy on his back like this or something.
Yeah.
And then so that put us up 26-19. We won that game. And I'm
fire.
talking, that was hype. So
That's fire.
yeah. And then after that, I mean, everybody else, we kind of just ran through them until we got to the last game against our rival Lake Braddock. When I tell you, that was probably the most hype game I ever played. Like 10,000 people there, bro. Like
I was like that.
That jump was live, dog. So
That's crazy.
We played that game. We were down. Mind you, I haven't beat this team my entire high school career in anything. So they were down 27-7 in the second quarter, and then I come to the sideline after a 3 and out. I'm like, bro, like we're never gonna beat these guys. I was so down, but I'm like, bro, like I said, I know that's not how the story supposed to end, bro. So then we come back out right before halftime and hand the ball off to actually one of my best friends, my fullback. He like tries to dive over, but the ball comes out. And like I'm the only one back there, so I hand it off. I'm just doing quarterback thing, just looking okay. See the ball on the ground. I picked that joint up. Whistle on the blunt. I pick it up and like I'm creeping around the sideline. I just get to the end zone, and then like the rest was like, and then it was like we didn't blow a whistle, so it's touchdown.
Touchdown. Yeah,
that turned everything around right there.
Fire.
We came back out at halftime, scored 2 more times, and then defense had a big stop. One of my boys, Chris, he got a pick on their last drive, tied up, went to overtime, bro. They kicked a little field goal, and then my boy DeMarcus, who fumbled earlier, handed him the ball, wide open hole, touchdown.
That's fire.
Yeah. So I was like, bro, that was probably one of the craziest games.
Especially your senior year.
Yeah, bro.
Like that.
To beat them on their home field, bro.
Yeah, that's fire.
And to win the conference championship. Yeah,
That's
so
gotta feel
it
good.
was a lot. They were undefeated, we were undefeated, bro.
Oh yeah. So that's why it was packed out.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
No, it was like the game of it. It was like a top 10 game in the country for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that happened. I was like, okay.
I think it's my only. It's not a regret, but that's the only thing I dislike about growing up in Kentucky.
Well,
Like, cause now it's different. But when I was in high school, Kentucky football was a joke.
For real.
Oh, but they were just Eastern Kentucky were Moorhead is that?
Mm-hmm.
Because Bowling Green's like 3.5, 4 hours from there. Eastern Kentucky where Moorhead is that. They had just started running the spread and throwing the ball.
Oh, so they were like on some
wing tee,
1990s,
wishbone.
yeah.
But with the team we played in the state championship, ran the wishbone. Like straight up ran the wishbone. Like real deal, old school.
Three yards in the cloud does type joint.
Dog, and that's what they were about.
Yeah.
And we held them to like 8 rushing yards or something like that.
They can't do anything else. If they run that, you're not passing the ball.
We were like that.
Yeah.
For me. But yeah, But yeah, Kentucky football was a joke back then. So like people didn't come there to recruit. We didn't get any hype for our games. So like we played a team from Tennessee that ended up going to like the quarterfinals in Tennessee. And that game was more hype than any game that we played, like until the state championship. And the only reason I made that hype was because it was a state championship.
Yeah.
But like there was no it was never like that for us, and it's something like when I hear other people's stories, I'm just kind of like, bro, like yeah, I feel like I kind of got robbed. I got robbed. I didn't get the experience.
You should see these kids now, man. They got all this like. The highlight edits. I'm like, golly,
my high school now has a portable TV card.
Yeah,
they watch film on the sideline, like it's in NFL.
What in the world? I came back to a game. It was this past year. I'm like, what's the TV doing out here? I'm like, I didn't know we did this.
But I'm telling you right now, if we would have been able to watch film on the sideline when I was in high school, I would have learned something, bro. I would have 3 state championships. I wouldn't have 2. I wouldn't have 1. I would have 3.
I'm telling you, like in high school, bro, I didn't know how to read no defense. I was throwing it whoever.
You didn't?
Oh, bro, I'm looking. I'm dropping back, just looking through the field. Boom. I remember one time vividly where I was like, okay, I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I remember, and I told my receiver, like, bro, in the middle of the field, just go over to him, like, all right, so there's gonna be a hole right here, just sit right there, and I'll throw it to you. Worked, but I'm like, other than that, I really was just out there throwing whoever was open, man.
We our coaches, we had, almost all of them played college ball, and so he drilled it in our head that we were not athletic enough. We're not good enough, so we better be smart enough.
Hey, our coach was the exact opposite. He was like, hey, we're better than these guys. Faster, stronger, so not just go show them. And like, I felt like the whole team had that same entire like arrogant mindset. Like, we were better than anybody we played against. So it didn't matter who we go against.
That,
yeah.
Like, I don't understand people who like So I get heat because I talk about LeBron in a bad way, but I think LeBron's soft. I don't think it has nothing to do with his arrogance.
That's my favorite player.
I think he's soft, but the little tantrum he threw the other day, he's soft.
Man's passionate.
No, stop that.
Passionate.
Stop that. You look like a 2-year-old.
Tom Brady do it, then what?
Tom Brady doesn't do it. That's the thing.
He does.
I hate when people do that. Show me Kobe Bryant doing that. Like, please.
Kobe's
like,
a different type of person.
he's a man.
Yeah, Kobe's a different type of person.
I mean, that's what we're really talking about. He's a man.
insane.
But I get mad when people are like, oh, NFL players, NBA players are arrogant, they're cocky. It's like, dog, you have to be. You're playing in front of millions of people.
You're getting paid millions of dollars. You're the top of the sport.
You feel me? Like, yeah, you have to be. Like, if I go out there and I don't think I'm,
you can't think you're not the guy.
You're soft and you're gonna get smushed out there. Like, you feel me? If you don't feel like that, so I don't.
It's pretty much mental at that point.
You feel me?
We get to that level, bro. It's like everybody got skill.
Yes.
Or you won't be there.
Yes.
It comes down to mentals.
Yes, the preparedness of it. And part of that is being cocky and thinking you are like that.
Exactly.
And when you step out there. So I get so mad when people are like, bro, you guys are so cocky. It's like, but
bro,
have you ever tried to run against
go out there thinking you're not the shit, bro.
What? Them 300-pound men will throw you around and hurt you.
And talk to you.
Oh, crazy.
All right, I can already imagine how it is in the trenches, bro.
Truthfully, I always talk crap because I knew it would get people out of their game.
Yeah.
So, like, once I'm talking to you, you're more focused on that.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing O-line. Like, in college, when I was just a D lineman, when you're playing O-line, you got to think about down block.
You got to think about
this.
Sometimes, like, the linemen are more in tune than I am at times.
They have to be. They have to be. So now, if you're walking up to the line and your main thing is talking to me, well, you're not worried about
missing calls from the center and everything, missing calls from the quarterback. Everybody's just off.
Messes everything up, bro. That's why I do it, though. I used to get Coach T used to hate it. But I'm like, but do you not see what happens? Like, your old linemen struggle to function when I'm out there because they're in practice because I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. They're like, oh, Wildy, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, dog.
Hey, bro, nah, I definitely remember them days, bro.
I kind of miss it. I can't lie.
Bro, I miss Moorhead a lot. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, when that's the school I was at the longest, man.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely feel like I had the most memories and the most fun. And just I learned the most there. Like, I feel like without going to Moorhead, man, I would have been, I don't know if I still be playing today. I mean, like, Coach Stout, Coach Ross, like, the quarterback coaches were amazing. Yeah. Especially Stout. Like, Stout was an OG. Oh, my goodness. He taught me so much just about the game, bro.
Yeah, he's
I'm telling you, even Malone, I kind of understood, like, what was going on from a defensive side, but, like, Stout broke that stuff down to, like, to where, like, now I can see stuff before it's even happening, man. All different coverages, rotations, all that stuff. Like, I see that stuff now. Like, I see it, and it's like, okay, I know where to go now.
Yeah.
So, like, I definitely, Stout was my guy.
I miss Coach Stout.
Oh, man.
I need to hit him up. I need to have him on the podcast. I need to hit him up.
That dude, he has a story, too.
Yeah.
He has a story, too.
He does, but could you imagine being a backup to Taj Boyd?
I mean, he's in between Taj Boyd and Deshaun Watson, bro.
Like, that's fire.
Like, bro. Those are legendary college quarterbacks.
Those are two people.
Not even just Clemson, college. They're legendary.
Yes, no, facts, exactly. Especially Taj Boyd. Taj Boyd is one of my favorite college quarterbacks of all time. Yeah. Like, he changed Clemson's program around.
He did, though. He was the first one of that whole entire, like, where they are now.
Yeah, for sure. Him, Sammy Watkins, Hopkins, they deserve a lot of credit for where Clemson is.
They brought Clemson up to
most definitely,
prominence for sure.
But to sit behind those two guys, I would wear that with pride.
Oh yeah,
like I sat the bench behind Deshaun Watson and Taj Boyd,
and even played a full season in between that too.
Like, come on,
beat Oklahoma in a bowl game. That's what I'm like. That's what he talked. I was for sure tuning in.
Listening, he's like that. He's like that for sure. I missed out.
Oh,
I'm gonna call him. But yeah, continue. I keep interrupting you, but
Where was that?
We were going to. You just beat your rival.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then that was the last game before playoffs. First two rounds we won pretty easily. Third rounds where we actually had a challenge played against a team we play this team in the playoffs every year. It's a team called Robinson, but they run that wing T stuff, bro. So if we get the ball, like, we have to score. We know it's gonna be another 5 to 10 minutes before we get the ball back. So it's like, that was hard, but our defense came up big. And then, I threw a touchdown, and then one of my boys, Kobe, got a pick six, sealed the game right there, 20-15. So that was the lowest amount of points we had scored all season. No team had held us below, after the Westfield game, no team had held us below 30.
So what were your numbers like? Like your numbers specifically?
Me, I had like 3,000 yards and then 29 touchdowns. I need one more, bro. Needed one more, but yeah. So like,
hold on, cause my man is yeah, look, you guys can't see, but my producer's over here looking at Brandon's over here looking at Dre like 3,000 yards.
Yeah, bro. So like,
yeah, he just said that so casually, like people just be tossing the rock for 3,000 normally. You feel me? Cause
yeah,
that's.
And the thing
crazy.
is too though, like we came from a triple option offense, and then like the guy who played before me. The guy who played before me.
You're gonna have to explain that, dog. How do you go for 3,000
listen. So the guy before me was like straight triple option, bro. Like under center every play. Like,
so you're slow.
No. I'm talking about dude before me.
Slow. No, but you stopped running the
practice.
triple option for a reason, so you gotta be slow.
You saw me in practice, man. Come on. But nah, so like, yeah, we came from that. In my senior year, like, coach is like, all right, we got receivers.
Yeah.
You're a capable passer, so
yeah,
we're gonna open it up.
Now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like after that.
So that's why you do it for 3,000.
Yeah.
People thought they was lining up for the triple option.
Exactly, because my coach actually, it was funny because that spring, he was talking to one of my running backs. He was like, everybody's worried about you. And then we come out, first game and all that, spreading out. Yeah, so we had a little bit of triple option stuff, but like.
Yeah. You can do it from the spread too.
Yeah.
I think
we for sure did.
I think that, I think the modern day triple option, like what Davidson runs, is a little bit more dangerous than the under-center triple option. And that's just because it changes.
I must say, I feel like it's like you're a lot more limited when you're under center, though. It's only so much you can do. You're not going to really drop back like that.
Yes. And when you run it from the pistol, it changes the depth of the jet because they have to respect the jet more because he's coming across.
And that's he can come across or he can still go behind you.
And I have to respect either one of them differently. Like, I can't do the same thing for both of them. So, yeah, I think the true option is good.
Oh, yeah.
It's
that's
good.
what I'm saying. Like, it's a nice offense to run, bro. And especially the way we ran it, like, we're fast-paced. So, like, imagine, like, Navy, but they're running like Oregon. Like, that's how we were. Like, our coach would time us in the huddle, bro. He gave us 8 seconds to call the play and be down and ready to snap the ball. Like, that's how fast we had to be.
Yeah, all the thing I would do defensively, I would run 3 plays, and then I would just switch them. And the only thing what happened was my linebacker, my outside linebacker, my DN, and my 3 tech would just switch roles.
Okay, yeah.
And that's what I would do. And I would just make you guess every time. Because you couldn't be like, oh, I know the end is going to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would just make you guess.
But that's the thing, though, yeah. You go ahead and try something new. Like, the way we practiced that, we practiced until we got it perfect.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, to the point where I'm not making any wrong reads type of thing. Like,
I would have had to try it. That's what I would have done. I would have told my DN, because I would just switch. So, like, instead of him closing down on the running back one time, I would take the linebacker and do it, and I would be like, hey, but step like you're going to close, but you sit.
See, but that's the thing, though. People weren't even, like, some people were so scared of how fast we're running plays, they weren't even thinking about scheming up like that.
See.
Like, I mean, we're like, the way we did, okay, say I throw the ball, say I throw like a dig route or something. So 1, 2, 3, throw it. But I see him catch the ball. I'm already looking at my coach for the next play. He sees that he catches it. He has plays right there. Boom, calls it. By the time the whistle's blown for the play dead, everybody's already back in the huddle. Call the play. Boom. We're waiting on the refs to set the ball. That's how fast we had that joint going.
And so just for anyone listening, the secret to stopping fast pace, and I know I get it, I'm not a coach, but you can take this for what it is. The secret to stopping fast pace is you have to get them off the rhythm. Like, it's literally that simple. It's literally that simple. Because
if we didn't stay above the chain, bro, it got kind of tough. Yeah,
no, for sure, exactly. That's what you have to do. If anybody, when you're facing a fast-paced team, defensive-wise, the whole thing should be first and second down. Or first down.
First down, really.
We have to win first down.
Exactly.
Have to.
Because if we don't, then it's downhill from there.
Especially in triple option, because now all I need is, if I get 3 yards, and I'm getting 3 yards a pop 4 times, that's first down.
That's cool with us, bro. And that's like, we're not punting. We weren't punting, bro.
No.
We were not punting. Our coach was like, what is that? That was like, if we absolutely needed to. We were only punting if we were on like our own 30, bro. Anything above that, we're going for that. Like, we had trust in our defense, offense, everything, bro.
Have you seen that coach that doesn't punt?
Y'all played against him that last year, right?
But and what's actually crazy, that stuff actually worked.
It did.
What
was the score? Didn't y'all beat about like 20 though?
We were up that big, and then they got some onside kicks.
See?
And they were
You
back
can't
in.
let the motherfucker score, bro.
And they were back in the game really
Yeah.
quick because they got a couple onside kicks.
Uh-huh.
I think they got one. They had one that put
But
them
that
back
whole
in the game.
that thing changed you up though, bro.
Yes.
It's like, dang,
Yes.
you really let him get that.
And yes, and then the Coach T offense stalled a little bit down the stretch. Defensively, we were tired. That was the game I told
he ran a kind of fast paced type of thing too, right?
Yes, no, he did.
Yeah.
He did. It wasn't even that bad though. Like, well, I mean, it was kind of that bad. We were rotating. Me, Wade, and Nick rotated at the 3. I rotated at the 1. So did Nick. Fred rotated with A. Yeah, no, we rotated a lot, but that was the game I tore my calf and Achilles.
Yeah, so that was your last game of the year.
At a year. But yeah, no, we almost let them come back just off of onside kicks. Like, this stuff works. He didn't punt for real at all. Like, real deal.
I know that joke is crazy though, bro. You see him. It's like 4th and 15. It's like trips.
They got 1 or 2 of those though.
Really?
Yeah.
Golly.
They got 1 or 2.
I know. I'm saying like that had to be like. Really?
Yeah, but like,
and it's just like the fact that you're expecting it to, and it's like you practice all week and like we're gonna stop them. They're not gonna do this stuff, and then when we get to the game, it's like, bro, they really do that. Like that's their entire game.
I think if he had more buy-in from his players, it would have been.
Yeah, 'cause I saw the show. I was like,
yeah,
they weren't real. They weren't feeling it, man.
No, none of them were, and that was part of the issue. Because to me, if you watch the film, almost every game they shockingly had no business being close in.
Mm-hmm.
They were close in, and it was just kind of because dog. Going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
Like, I get you're giving up a touchdown if you don't do that.
But like when you get those 4th downs, bro, the thing
changes
it does
the
to a defense, bro,
changes the game,
Yeah.
especially for the whole rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you start doing that in the 3rd and 4th, it changes it. So yeah, but nah, I watched that show too.
Yeah,
just because I was.
I watched it just for y'all. I was like, I gotta see my boys.
Yeah, my sack was on. I was lit.
That's what I'm saying. I was hyped for my boys. I was like looking at that job. I was like, oh yeah, Willie.
Yeah.
Team play. Earl. Zay. I was like,
we had a good day out there.
Yeah.
It was when down the stretch, bro. Those onside kicks. One onside kick. I think they got like 2 4th down conversions and changed the game. Got some defensive stops, and our offense.
Yeah.
I don't. But my senior year at Moorhead, dog. We already talked about that Davidson game, but and the thing that pisses me off about that Davidson game, how do you block a punt, get it down to the 1, and my offense can't score? 1 yard, dog.
Jumbo, man.
Something. I don't give it. I don't care what you do. Just do it. I don't care what you do. Just do it. But we threw the ball, I think, on all 3 of them.
For real?
Yeah.
Zay Jumbo. Easy.
He didn't trust our line. You know him.
They'll get you 1 yard, bro.
1 yard, dog.
I was scoring that. I know damn well.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Quarterback sneak.
Honestly, though. Honestly.
I digress.
Yeah. Stop by something else.
That's crazy.
Oh, but shit. Back to my senior year, though. I'll tell you about Westfield, the team that we beat. My first game back came to our house, bro. It was a state semifinal, so the game right before states, man. Came to our house and whooped us. I'm saying,
they got their revenge.
Yeah, man, did they? It was 13-0. We had one more drive. Like we had one drive before halftime. And I'm like, all right, cool. Coach called a play action pass. I'm like, I try and throw it up to one of my tight ends, and it's like a little bit too high. And they just take a knee to go into halftime. It's 13-0. So we're like, dang, we have not been in this position like this.
Yeah.
So it's like we're just okay. What are we gonna do now?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, locker room was silent. One of my teammates started yelling, and then dude was like, "Man, shut up!" And then that's when I know, I was like, "Yeah, bro, this might be it for this year, bro."
You can handle the pressure. Your team can handle.
Yeah. It's like, bro, that's how when you're so used to winning, bro, and not really having any type of comp, like that it'll get to you, bro. And like we just didn't have it.
That's where you gotta do them character tests.
Yeah.
That's why you get them character tests. But my junior year, Brandon's senior year, we were picked to finish like one of the last teams in the state.
Mm-hmm.
We lost like 25 seniors or something like that. And we came out and we ended up being, the final record was 13-1. We lost in the semifinals.
Yeah.
And we lost in the semifinals 16-14. We scored our first 14 points on 4 offensive plays. Yeah.
And didn't score again.
Our first 4 offensive plays. But that was on a Friday. Monday, when we got back to school.
You're already in there looking.
and he played no games.
Yeah.
That Monday, every person that was coming back, we had one of the craziest workouts we did.
Oh, yeah.
It was straight character test, top to bottom.
Yeah.
And his answer was, "I'll be damned if I'm the head coach of this team and we ever lose a game again because we were soft." And that's how he felt about that game. And then in my senior year, dudes had no hope.
Yeah.
And that's because
and that's the thing, though, bro. Like, yeah.
It was
I
straight
think our coach
time.
did the same thing for the guys that came after us, but he had that joint plastered all over the weight room, man. It was like, this will never happen again. So they played them again the next year. They lost, but I mean, it wasn't no 40-8, bro.
Yeah, 40-8 in the semifinals.
Yeah, and we didn't score until the freaking last play. I mean, like, dude, I threw a touchdown, tears in my eyes, literally. I was like, bro, like, I can't believe I just went out of high school like this.
No, that's a hard way to go out.
Oh man, it's hard, especially with no offers too. Like, bro, we had a whole team full of seniors with no offers, man. So I think that's what fueled us the entire year, though. Man, it's just like, bro, like everybody's grinding. We're trying to get out. We're trying to go to college, man. So like everybody had every game. I mean, I don't think it was so much selfish, but it mean like everybody like we had something on our mind. Like we want to go to college, man.
Yeah,
so
play ball.
I think that's what brought us closer to us. It's like, I mean, there were no like 4 or 5 stars. I don't think anybody on the team had any stars, bro. We were just out there loving football and like playing with our friends one last time, bro. So it's like, bro, we're gonna go hard, bro. So we did. Yeah,
for sure.
So that joint, it was definitely a special season, man. It was a special season.
No, I believe it. Because I don't care. Even though you didn't win this championship, going to the semifinals is still a big deal.
Yeah, we were the first team in the school history to go undefeated and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's big time.
So, I mean, it was a big deal, bro.
It is big time. Yeah, he got excited over there. So, like, but I want to know this, since he wanted to get excited over there, I have to know only 2 seniors from his class actually played their senior year.
What?
Yeah, dog. They were all, my class played.
Actually start.
So they was on the team, they were just backups and all.
Dog.
Senior year?
Yeah, senior year. I think they had 10 total, and I think like 2 of them played.
Good grief.
And it was a running back, and he rotated. He didn't even take all the snaps. He rotated with a sophomore, and it was a lineman.
Well, I'm saying that's how you knew y'all were gonna be in good hands.
My senior year we did that because almost every, and even then, but we had. Because I don't count me because I just rotated my freshman year. I didn't start. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I got decent reps. But we had 4 dudes from my senior class that played since they were freshmen.
Okay.
Because, like, my school, when I got there, when I was a freshman in high school, they had only been playing varsity for 2 years. Because, like, my school was new. Yeah. And the first year we did it, they didn't do varsity football. The next year.
Like JV?
Yeah. Okay. And then the next year they went to the playoffs off rip because I mean once again Kentucky football's a joke.
Yeah, okay. So y'all probably just had like some
we had to
athletic kids and all that.
But not even that. But we had to we were 3A.
Okay.
Which is one of the smaller small things, and we had to the teams in our district were so puta. And if in Kentucky the top 4 teams in your district make it. Okay. Well, we only had 5 teams in our district.
Oh damn! So you gotta win 2 games max.
And we get to go. Yeah. So they did. So my 8th grade year they went and got mollywopped, but they went. And then my freshman year we went to freshman year, we upset. Freshman year we pulled off 2 upsets and lost in the quarterfinals. Okay. And then sophomore year, I started. We lost 1 game in the regular season. We lost in the regional championship, the quarterfinals. Yeah. We lost in the quarterfinals to Paducah Tillman by like the field goal hit the upright.
And it bounced in?
Bounced out.
Oh, for y'all?
Yeah. Oh, and we lost by like 2 points.
That's sickening.
Dog. It was windy and cold. And it was a 30-footer. Yeah. So, it should have been automatic.
The free coach put trust in the kicker, though, in high school.
But I don't, and if I'm being honest, dog, the dude was an all-state kicker. Yeah. Mans probably could have went to college to play for a kicker. So, I get it.
I mean, nah. You see, your coach is coaching football at that point. I'm letting my kicker win that game. Down by 2, you need 30 yards. She should make that.
Yeah, that's a hard spot.
I'm putting it in his hands too.
Yeah, that's a hard spot to be in. But my senior year, we didn't leave it up to chance.
Yeah,
we weren't going. We weren't going. We had got too close from a school that was literally, like I said, like we started our first year of varsity football was 2011. So my
so our freshman year then.
Yeah,
that was your second year. The second year of school.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my 8th grade year was the second year of school.
Okay.
Yeah, my class was the first because my school had went from 7th grade to seniors. And
that's how my joint was. Yeah.
My class was the first class to go from 7th to senior year.
Okay.
You feel me? So my 8th grade year was the first year of varsity. But like by my senior year, I mean, and they won state twice since I graduated.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, they're like that over there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But
shout out my school, they're doing the same thing though. South County.
Yeah, it feels good when you graduate. You know, you did a little something.
They actually won states. My first year at Moorhead, 2019. That's when they won states, first state championship in the school history.
That was fire.
Yeah, bro, that was hype, bro. Like, I mean, cause seeing them win, it was like, dude, like,
kind of feel like you did.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, like the stuff, like we set the groundwork for them. Like a lot of them, like I talked to a lot of the kids from that grade, that class.
He's shaking his head. They did not set any.
Hey, that's what I'm saying though. Like you feel like okay, watch them grow. Okay, yes.
The only thing I will give his class credit for was they taught my class how not to be selfish.
Which is something great to teach.
No, it's a big deal because nobody, like I said, only 2 of his dudes in his class actually.
So they had to share the shine with y'all.
You feel me? You feel me? Their Friday nights was Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Right, and that's something that they taught. That's one of the reasons why I think my high school will always win is because, and I'll give credit to his class for that. They showed like you have to be scout team.
Yeah.
Like have to,
sure.
And you have to do it at an elite level.
Yeah.
The best that you can do Monday through Thursday. Truthfully, Wednesday, because Thursday is kind of like a walkthrough.
Honestly, though.
You feel me? And that's your Friday night.
And that's what I learned, like in college. Like my freshman year, I mean, I was going against defense. Freshman and sophomore year at Clarion, going against defense, and it makes you feel so much better about being on a scout team when you see the defense actually
do well,
locking stuff up. Yeah. I mean, because I wasn't playing, so I mean, I'm out there. That's a game for me.
Yeah,
every day is a game for me.
Yeah, that's how you get better.
Exactly. And I'm like, got to a point where it's like, man, if I'm not gonna play, I'm gonna just have fun and let it all out right now. So I mean, I'll be doing my thing, and like, I mean, I get them a couple times, they get me, but then I see them on Saturday, and I'm like, bro, y'all doing your thing. Like, I'd almost be with defense more because like I'm. Yeah, that's how it goes. I felt like I was part of the defense, honestly. So it was like we all working together. So I mean, it was good to see them like that because I think Clarion, they were one of the, I think they were like a top 10. Top 20 defense in all D2 my sophomore year, and I was like, bro, like I feel like I gave them work good enough to actually look like what it's gonna look like against other teams and all that.
For sure.
Yeah.
So how did you end up there?
So that's funny because it was weird because I didn't get no offers coming out. So that's December we lost that game. January, one of my best friends, Kevin, he got off from I think Chawan, and then he went up to Clarion on a visit. And then the coach had asked him about me. Like, he was like, how's your quarterback? He got any offers yet? He's like, no, sir, he actually doesn't. He's been on a couple visits, but no trigger's been pulled yet. So he was like, all right, cool. So then I had been to my visit at Malone, which is the school I came to before Moorhead, and then IUP. So my thing was like, I'm going to IUP, bro. Like, because that was one of the top D2 schools. They ran an offense that I liked a lot. So I'm like, yeah, this where I'm going, bro. So I go up there for the visit. Funny enough, a guy that graduated 2 years before me, he had already went there. He played lineman, O-line. So I was with him on my visit. You know, he showed me. I had a great time, bro. Yeah. And then, you know, the next morning comes. So, you know, like D2 visits, like everybody would come back in the office in the morning, go to the coach's office. They'll talk, get their scholarship. So I'm like, all right, cool. I see everybody else walk out. I'm talking like, you got it? He's like, yeah, man. So I'm coming here. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, seeing all the guys I'm with, I'm like, some dogs. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I can't wait, bro. So me, mom, and dad, we go into the office, and then the coach like says some stuff, and then eventually like it ends with like, we don't have money for you right now at the quarterback spot, but like we like you to do a preferred walk on. And at that time I was like, bro, no, like I'm not doing that. No. And then Clarion, funny enough, is in the conference. So then, I would just skip over Malone. But like, so I go to Malone the next week, and then, damn, I got that switched up. So I went to Malone first. I got the offer there. Then I went to IUP. Didn't get an offer, but Malone had gave me like a week timeline to accept it. And I was like, I said I don't know, because Malone was they were like, they gave me a great scholarship, but it was just like they weren't all that good. So I was like,
wait a minute, why did they give you a week though?
Because they had offered like 2 other guys. So it was me and the quarterback that were there, and then there was 2 other quarterbacks who actually went there, who I ended up meeting later on that were there. So then they offered them 2, they took it, and then me and the other guy who were on that visit were like, all right, well, we're going to find it somewhere else. So then that's when I went to IUP.
Nah, that doesn't. I'm still confused though.
It was a quick turnaround because I think they were offered 4 of us. They had 2 spots. That's what it was, and like they wanted us to come there, but they were like, I mean,
okay, so all right, I'm gonna. They offered 4 of you.
Yeah, and there was
but
2
they
spots.
only had 2 spots for you. So whichever you 2.
Yeah, whichever 2 accepted it first, the 2 they're gonna take.
Okay.
And I guess me and the guy that wanted to visit together, we didn't accept it in time. The other 2 did. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, cool. And like I wanted to go to IUP at first anyway. So I'm like, all right, I mean, shit happens. So then I go to IUP, no offer. I come back home like distraught, bro. So I'm texting like seniors. We had a group chat, and I texted, and then Kevin, he's like, hey, my coach actually asked about you. So you want to hit you up? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Especially at this point.
Exactly. I was like, yes. So then he called me all that. And he's like, I mean, we're gonna offer you a scholarship. Just let me know about you. So I talked to him and all that. Next day comes, I get the scholarship, and then probably like a week after that, I think was signing day. I called him like a couple days before that. I was like, yeah, I'm coming to Clayton. And then so I did that, signed there.
I was just kind of curious about the offer thing, because I know in Kentucky when I was in school, they still do it now. They'll probably deny it, but they do it now. WKU, because it's in Bowling Green, they'll tell guys, the local kids, we'll offer you, but you have to accept it right now.
Yeah, they're trying to blackball you. Like, let me explore.
Yeah. No, that's what they'll do.
And I don't blame Malone for that though, because they needed.
No, I understand. Yeah, I understand that. That one makes more sense.
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
curious if it was kind of like
no. It wasn't like you had to do it now, but they were like it's gonna be quick. Like we need to know something this week.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
What WKU does is crap.
That's insane.
That's crap.
Nah, that's
terrible.
Sense.
That's a very selfish thing to do to players.
It's like it's not giving anybody any options to look around. It's like, like unless you know you want to go to WKU, that's like a lifelong dream. Like,
right.
No, you're not giving nobody.
But they do that because it's a bad look to continue to offer UK offers, and then a school that's slightly either as good or lower than you offers, and then the kid takes the other school. Mm-hmm. But it's just because it's changing now, but it used to be very rarely did people want to stay at Bowling Green.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, you feel me, people kind of get that hometown hero thing that they try to be, you feel me?
But WKU, they going up a little bit too. Zappy?
No.
I mean, Zappy put him on.
No. They had Brom back when I was in high school. Right? Yeah. When I was in high school, it's Zach White and them, and then ever since then, I mean, they won some.
Yeah.
But I mean, not for real. It's just now it's just because Bowling Green itself is more
like a city.
Yeah,
okay.
And people enjoy being there a little bit more, so they can get some of the local kids, convince them to stay. And my coach went there.
Your high school coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went to WKU, so that's how he ended up there. But I also know, so to give you an example how like little people recruited in Kentucky in general, NAI schools in Kentucky,
hell of them.
All kinds, and they would used to only recruit in Kentucky, and they would pay coaches to get you like, oh, your kids aren't going to FBS, don't send them FCS, don't send them D2,
give them a full scholarship at NAI.
NAI, we'll send them here, we'll pay you guys to send them here.
Yeah.
Now that's speculation, but I've seen too many great cats get looks from all these schools, and then their coaches not help them, but they help them tremendously get to go to NAI. And it's just kind of like, bro, this is...
And that's what Kentucky has so many NAIAs, good grief.
But like I said, that's because people used to not come to Kentucky to recruit. So if that's the case, why would I not put a NAIA school in Kentucky? Because everyone wants to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's why, but it doesn't last because you get built up like that, and then you go NAIA, it's hard to do.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
Hard
if you used to getting that attention, man,
like,
it's gonna be hard to come from being the guy to like, and like you're the guy still, but it's like at such a small scale.
Yeah,
Like,
it was kind of like it was kind of even like that for Moorhead.
I feel see Moorhead. I looked at Moorhead differently though, bro. Cause I came from
a smaller school.
Yeah, 2D2. I mean, so like the PSAC with the conference that Clarion's in, so I'm like that's one of the top D2 conferences in the whole country. So I mean, you go there, you're playing against NFL guys.
Yeah.
Even the GMAC that what Malone played in, playing against NFL guys. I played with one, my receiver Ashton. I mean, he was a blast to play with. But it was like, so I played in 2 pretty good conferences. So I felt like going to Moorhead, being in the Pioneer, I mean, that's pretty comparable. Like, I mean, of course, it's D1, so it's gonna be like a step up. But I felt like I was ready for that step up.
And that's not everybody in the conference, but I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
The top team,
the top teams are like the top.
They're nice. San Diego, Davidson, Dayton.
Even
usually,
Dayton, that
usually, 2019, I think
Trotman.
Yeah, the tight end went to the
league. He didn't really do nothing against us, though, I don't think.
I mean, me personally, I had 2 TFLs against him. But he didn't go to the league because he was blocking, so he was going to the league because he was doing that. Yeah. He's doing pretty well.
He is.
So is the kid from San Diego. The running back from San Diego.
Which one?
He was like the white kid, like 25 or something like that. Because the black kid was 20, and he. I don't know.
He was pretty good.
I don't know how he didn't go.
He was good.
As a man, I can tell you, I have not played against someone who ran the ball as hard as he did.
I
he was
looked
crazy.
at him. I was like, good grief.
Yeah, he was crazy. I don't know how he didn't go to the league, but they had another kid from that team.
Okay.
He might have been white. He might have been light skinned, but he went to the league.
He went to the league. Okay.
Yeah.
They had a couple then.
No,
dude, you know something crazy though? The freaking one of the Utah tight ends. I did some deep. He went to San Diego that year too. Kincaid, I think he got hurt. But when Utah had those 2 good tight ends.
He was number 44 for San Diego.
He was. He might have been. He might have been.
Because I think I remember seeing that he transferred.
Yeah,
and he was legit.
He's about to go to the league now too.
Yeah, he was legit.
High round pick.
Yeah, San Diego gets some players.
Yeah, they do.
They get some players.
They
so
do
does
for sure.
Dayton. So I think Dayton, in my time, I think the running back they have in my senior year, I think he's in the league now.
That's possible.
He was.
That's the thing. PFL got some guys in there too.
They do. I think there's a dude from Valpo that was in the league. And I think
the running back, him.
He should be next. He just graduated this year. He just graduated this year. So I think he should be going at least get in the camp.
Yeah.
He was legit. But that dude, I don't know if you knew that he had offers to Alabama and got in trouble. And that's how he ended up at Valpo.
Yeah.
Because he got in some kinds of trouble.
That makes sense.
Because he was crazy.
He was freaking crazy.
He was dumb.
I'm like,
he
what
was
are you
dumb.
doing here?
I saw him put dudes in blenders and all kinds of things. He was crazy, yeah. But no, he should be next. But I think they had a very tall lineman that went to the league. Valpo did a few years back. And then who else is in the league? I don't remember if Butler has anybody. I mean, they got basketball, but
they're a basketball school for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's about it. I know we haven't sent anybody.
I feel like we
since Phil Sims.
Yeah, 70. I feel like we could have had a few like this.
Well, I think so.
But I mean, we got guys getting there. BJ Vaughn.
Yeah, we're getting a lot closer.
All those playing overseas and all that too. We got players that are making it past college. So
yeah, we're getting closer. I would say we had a kid my freshman year and sophomore year who he was only there because he had like a 5-inch growth spurt when he got to college. So like he graduated high school like as a 6'1" left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated college 6'6", 6'7", 320 pounds. But lazy as hell. Failed 2 drug tests, so he didn't even play his full season.
He wasn't really worried about football. Then it seems like he was just
no. But he was a crazy left tackle, crazy. His name is Liam, but he could play some football. Mm-hmm. But he was one of the coolest dudes I ever met. Like I still talk to him. He's one of the coolest cats I ever met. But he most definitely, I think, if he would have taken it a lot more serious, definitely could have went to the league. Yeah, easily could have went to the league. Yeah, there's a few dudes that I'm shocked
for sure.
that
like
we didn't.
I've been blessed to play with a few of them too. Like that actually. I mean, all the guys in Moorhead, but then like a couple NFL players, like I said, Ashton from Malone. Then I got one guy actually played for the 49ers. He was a senior my freshman year in high school on. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I've been blessed to like be around NFL talent and like see those type of guys and play with them. I mean, it's a blessing for sure.
For sure. Yeah. So let's talk about Moorhead. That crazy, wild journey.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I was honored to be a part of it. To see it. I mean, part of the reason why I wanted you to come out here, 'cause, I mean, let's talk about perseverance, 'cause, I mean, that's what that was, right?
For sure,
For me, the
man.
mental, the aspect that came with it, and the ups and downs while you were
Yeah.
there. So, like, yeah, let's get into it.
I mean, so Malone shut down February 1st.
So I didn't know.
Tomorrow will be 4 years since Malone shut down the football program.
I was always curious how you ended up. I didn't know they shut down.
Yeah, they shut down the
Like, they
program.
just couldn't afford to do it anymore.
Pretty much, man. So it was like, it was weird because we had workouts. I think it was, every day, I'm pretty sure. So then Friday was usually our conditioning day. So
Yeah.
we get a text Thursday night. I'm at one of my boys' house. We're just, chilling, playing video games and all that. And then we get a text. So everybody meeting in the gym at 5:30. I'm like, bro, we started conditioning today? Because the year before that, we didn't start it for like another 2 weeks. I'm like, so we started conditioning today. To look at him, he was like, we're going to see. So I'm like, whatever. So I leave his house probably around like 1 a.m. I go back home, go to sleep, wake up, go over to the gym, and like you see the bleachers down and all that. I'm like, whoa, this is weird. And then we see all the coaches in there. Coaches are never there. It's only our strength and conditioning coach that's supposed to be in there at that early.
Yeah.
So we see them like, all right. So I guess everybody's just sitting down. So I sit down. I'm like, okay. Like it gets 5:30 hits. The president of the school walks in. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, that's when you know something.
And we had our speculations about things that could happen, but like we weren't thinking like we were thinking, okay, maybe they're gonna send us D3.
Yeah,
and then, it's like whatever, and then they'll figure out like scholarship and all that stuff later. Like, bro, he's like the first thing he says, like, I mean, this is hard for me to say, like I don't want to say this, but, and then he gets into it and talks about how like the funds are low, how we're spending more than we're getting, and then like that it came to the conclusion that they're gonna cut the team. Dude, I saw so many different emotions. There were people who were just quiet, who like couldn't believe what he just said. And like, bro, I felt like I was in a dream or something. Like I felt like I'm like, it's 5:30. Maybe I'm not waking up all the way. Maybe I'm still asleep.
Yeah.
Like no, like he really said that. And then like one of the team he got, he was just kirking. He didn't know how to react. I mean, I felt him. I was like, bro, like this is. And a lot of guys after that was their last chance at college, bro.
Yeah.
Like I mean, because they were like, football was why they came to school, man. So I mean, that's why I went to school. Honestly, is to play ball.
For sure.
And then
I didn't come here to play school
at all, dude. At all, man. But then like, I mean, and that's the crazy. It was the worst because like everything was just starting to come together there, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I felt like I was the happiest I was in school. Grades were good. Football was going well. I'm like, bro, this is where I need to be. Like, and my boy just went to the league. I'm like, okay, like this is, I made the right decision coming here. And then that happened, and I'm like, I was just perplexed. I mean, for real. So then, that day, a couple coaches from Ohio school, they were coming in, like talking to us and all that.
Yeah.
And then I was just in this state of like, I need like a couple days to just figure out
the next move.
Yeah. And then
because you had options, right? They told you that.
Yeah. I mean, like the coach, like the first thing the coach asked me, my coach, he asked me, he's like, "You want to go to Walsh? Was it our rival?" Hell no, I'm not going there. I don't care about what just happened. I'm not going there. So then I just crossed them off the list automatically. But then I think it was that day actually. Coach was either Strobel or Masters who hit me up on Twitter, and they're like, "Yeah, I heard about what happened." And he said, I'll let you get a couple days to figure it out, but just to let you know we're interested in you and we want you to come down for a visit. And like I looked at it, John was like, more FCS. I was like, okay, cool. It was good to have. And then like a couple days came by, like we're talking and all that, and then they're like, okay, yeah, come down this weekend. And I went down there. And
I remember you coming. We were in spring ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And then that's actually might have been. I came in February.
So you went twice.
Yeah, I came down twice before. Once before I committed, and then once after, and then for the spring game. So I stayed with like Bo and Zay when they stayed in that one house down there. So then
how did you fit in that house?
It was funny.
I was always confused on how two of them sat in that house.
Yeah, that joint was like a small little joint, bro.
Yeah.
But like we just chilled. I mean, I got to talk to them a little bit. They took me to the
great guys.
Oh yeah,
great guys.
That's what I'm saying. There was two first dudes I met, and I'm like, bro, that definitely helped a lot with me getting going there.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
it was like Bo was a great talker. Like he could.
Oh, I love Bo.
Yeah. He could make you want to do anything with him, bro.
Yeah.
And Zay's just chill dude, bro. Like always just laid back. So I was like, I vibed with that too, because that's kind of how it was. So he just kicked it for a little. They took me to the hibachi spot, and I was like,
switch your life, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, gas station hibachi. They were like, have you ever had that? I was like, I ain't never heard of gas station hibachi. And then they were like, let's go. Went to that jump, like, this is fire.
Change your life.
Yeah, for sure. And then like I think a bunch of other guys came, like Marriott, like he was a freshman at the time, so he came through with a whole bunch of other guys. So they just chilled and talked. So I met up with Tig and Stefan, who are 2 other guys coming in, and then we all just kicked it on the visit. And then I was like, I can vibe with this place. Like I feel like they wanted me to come in and be the guy and all that, and at least be a spark. So I was like, I mean, that sounded good to me. It was D1 school, so I was like, the platform's right there. Yeah. They're in an open quarterback battle. So I'm like, this is where I'm gonna be at.
For sure.
So when I came in the summer, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bigger curve than I thought it would be. Come from like where I was at to there.
Curve like how?
Like just the speed of it, really. The speed, and then just like the mentals that it took, like the processing of the game that it took. Okay. Because I was able to get by with like just like athleticism at first. Yeah. But then like now it's where I gotta make throws in anticipation. I gotta be able to read rotations of corners, and then I tell you what the hardest thing for me was just getting the freaking signals and getting the right code words, man. I'm out there, I'm seeing different signals. I'm like, calling Pirates high. This supposed to be a freaking pass play. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm like, yo. So I was out there confused, dog. I was just.
Well, so since we're sitting here, because I'm gonna ask, because Mark is coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Mark on here.
Nah, that's my dude.
In like 2 weeks, and I'm gonna ask him the same question. What the heck does Pirates hot mean?
Pirates hot is just power to the right. So we had like.
China code.
I don't know who watched it. I don't want to do the signals and all that.
It's like China code, Pirates
hot. See, all those different plays though, bro.
Yeah, I figured that.
And like it's hot and cold just to the right, to the left.
Yeah. I kind of.
I'm pretty sure y'all picked up on it. I know y'all
I started picking up on the hot and cold thing pretty quickly, but it was I couldn't figure out what pirate meant. I never learned it was power. I picked up. But I never really. For me, it was never really reading words, listening to your words. It was after you said them, I would look at the O-lineman and how they switched their stance.
But that's a D-line thing to do, though. Yeah.
Once you said something and they kind of leaned back a little bit, I was like, to pass. Yeah. Or he's pulling on to pass. Or if you know what I'm saying, if you say something and they kind of start leaning forward a little bit,
yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Because I'm about to say they weren't looking; they were just listening for us to call it.
Exactly.
So that right there, and I got them doing it wrong. I'm doing one thing totally different. And they're pulling. I'm over here rolling out to the left. I'm like, something's not right. So it took me a while to get that down. So I mean, I understood why I didn't play at first then. So I was like, bro, I was not ready at all. Yeah. But then, I mean, as time went on, like I got more comfortable and started like actually learning what I was doing. And then so I feel like that was, I mean, I felt like they definitely had to hold me back for a little bit. But then once I started playing, I was like, bro, I'm here. So like,
for sure, yeah, let's go.
I'm going.
Yeah, for sure.
So that Davidson game, the first game I really played in, bro, I was out there just being free. I wasn't really worried. I was just out there having fun again. Cause I finally get to be back on the field. Yeah. My mom was there. My mom and sister were there. So I'm like, bro, this is perfect. Yeah. I'm happy they didn't play me before that because nobody was there. But then my mom and sister came down. I was like, thank you so much.
That was a good moment.
2 touchdowns in that game. I was like,
almost brought us back.
For real though.
Almost brought us back.
Yeah. Now let's not forget what I said. If I had like 5 more minutes, man. Defense was going crazy at the time too. Defense was stopping them. I'm like,
let me tell you something about that game. That game, I had to move because we were running 3-4. Yeah. And we didn't have a zero technique I had to move to zero technique against Davidson, and I was 20 pounds underweight.
I'm gonna say you fucking hungry. Dude,
I woke up Sunday morning. Yeah. And I texted our trainer, and I was like, respectfully, I'm not coming.
Like, bro, I'm done.
I'm not coming. And that was that year. We still had meetings and stuff on Sundays.
Yeah.
But that was hell. I was like, bro, my body hurts. Like I was like, bro, I feel like I just got tore up with baseball bats, bro. Top to bottom, I had a bruise on my rib that like was this big around. I'm like, dude, how does this even happen? They're running the triple option. They're coming through and smacking me in the face. So how do I get a bruise on my rib?
You got one guy here and one guy freaking hitting you in the core. That's what it is.
It was crazy. I got ran over for a touchdown. Cause the way our 3-4 worked, I would just be able to slip inside the tackle because I was stunned in there anyways, and I was faster than him. Mm-hmm. So one time I did it, and I slipped him, and I met the fullback, and it was a fullback dive, and I wasn't ready.
Yeah, exactly. My mistake. Like you get back there, like, oh, good, boom, he just right there.
I mean, for me, if we were at the 2-yard line, he wouldn't have scored, but they were at the 1.
So he just followed
right
forward.
Yeah, he just fell through and got it. But he ran me over. For sure. It was embarrassing. I took it.
It happens, though. Yeah. It's defense.
Yeah, for sure. No, we could have won that game.
I feel like we could. That's what I'm saying. Just give me 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
Came back.
I would agree with you. They didn't offensively, or their offense, the second half, we shut that down.
Yeah.
We shut that down. Once we moved me to the 0, and then Vaughn was able to understand that he could just slip the tackle every time because they're not really reading him. It changed the game. We were able defensively to slow that stuff down. Bimby had a crazy game that game too.
He was really good, man.
Yeah,
he was really good.
Yeah.
He had a crazy season that year.
But yeah, he had shoulder surgery, but he was never mentally the same.
Yeah,
he got because a lot of humans in general are naturally lazy, right? And you have to mentally break yourself out of being lazy.
Yeah,
right. So like me personally, like my parents never allowed that. Yeah. Like Saturdays, Sundays, we weren't just sitting around the house. Right, we got up. We had to do work outside. We had to go to museums. We did this. We did all kinds of things. We never just sat around, and that's something that you have to break out of your kids, and that's something that
I do it early too.
Early, and it's something that if you do break it, if you're not careful, you can easily slip back into that, and that's kind of what happened. Like he had surgery, shoulder surgery, and that gave him an excuse. And we had the year off from COVID.
Yeah, cause I do remember he wasn't out there for the at least
spring,
the fall or the
spring. Yeah, so we had the year off from COVID. So for me, he just kind of went down in the hole and just started to slip. And I'll give him credit for myself because I was his roommate.
Yeah, I said you were there with him,
and I saw it happening. And I had shoulder surgery a month after him, and I saw it happening to him. I went for a walk against my doctor's orders.
Yeah. What is it like, bro?
12 hours after I had my surgery.
You can't sit in the house. Like,
no. 12 hours after my surgery, I went for a walk.
Yeah.
And I went for a power walk. Like, I was walking pretty fast. I was like, I'm not about to do this. And I had my kid. So I was I don't have an option to really just sit around. You feel me? 'Cause I was doing that by myself.
Yeah.
So you feel me? Like I had this arm in a sling like this, and I would take my arm out of the sling when my son was there, and I would hold him like this. You feel me? So I was like, well, I don't really have an option to sit here and milk this thing. So I mean, I was out there doing sprints and stuff a week after my surgery, and I get in trouble for it, but I'd be like, bro, I'm not about to just.
It's worth it though.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I'm trying to get back. I just not even get back. I'm trying to stay how I am.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't do that.
It's understanding. Like I mean, it's just like anything. Discipline.
Yeah.
Anything else. It's something you have mental toughness. It's something you have to work on consistently. You can lose it.
And that's what I'm still working on. Just disciplining myself to do like little things. Bro. I mean, like the working out. I feel like that's part of my job. So I mean, I have to.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like little.
But
things,
even so, like
reading
even though you have to, like it's still something you have to be disciplined enough to do, right? And that's the big thing that we talked about at dinner last night. The discipline of education over entertainment.
It's huge.
It's
huge.
humongous.
Bro.
That's how you get
I'll
ahead.
watch myself like. Sometimes I'll be on cause I'll still be on TikTok, but like one of my boys, John, back home, he told me about we had our group chat. And he's like, I just put a limit on my social medias. I'm like, bro, I didn't know they had that, bro. Once he told me that, I was like, bro, tell me how to get there.
Yeah.
I did that joint, so like now I'm at like 2 hours for like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm like, bro, so that's all I get all day.
Yeah, that's where I'm about. I put about 35 minutes on each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, that has been good for me so far. So I mean, I'm happy that I've done that, and then. I mean, I find myself, I'm a YouTube type of guy, bro. I'd much rather watch YouTube than anything on TV, bro.
Yeah. I can tell you, I got on YouTube, I got addicted to watching Jordan Peterson.
I heard about it. My uncle likes him a lot.
Hey, bro, especially as a godly man, if I was you, I'd dive into that.
You got to.
It helps you expand your mind. It helps you like really see the Bible in a different view. Like so on Sundays, me and Brandon now we sit down and we watch a sermon because he did like a lecture series. He did a lecture series on the Book of Genesis.
Okay.
So he went through and talked about
Noah's
Ark, did a 2.5-hour lecture on Noah's Ark, did an 1.5-hour lecture series on Joseph, the King of Dreams, you know what I'm saying, all those things. And like, it's really like, so like the thing that, so like for Noah's Ark, for example, right, growing up, you kind of just, Noah had an ark, animals got on there 2 at a time, you know what I'm saying, and the flood came, and Noah saved all the people on the ark, but like, you don't really get to the depth.
Like why Noah?
Why Noah? Yeah. How Noah? What exactly it took for him to get there, like the process. And Jordan Peterson really like broke it down, explained it out, and went to like a crazy depth. And then, and for real, it has changed me crazy, because like it was, so the understanding of Noah got chosen because the flood came because people on earth were not living very godly. They weren't living by the rules. They were living by flesh, right?
Yep, exactly.
Sex, drugs, idolizing the wrong things, all these things, right? And Noah didn't partake in those things. He was of God still. So by him living right and doing the right things, he saved his family. And eternally, even though it may not flood for us, that's literally the same thing, difference for us. Right, like we talk about, like for me, specifically, talk about generational wealth, talk about leaving things for my kid, talk about doing all these things for my family, for my siblings, giving them everything that I can, for my mom, for my dad, like giving them, like for me, and it's the same thing with Noah's Ark. Like he sacrificed his life in flesh.
For the betterment, like
for his family.
Exactly.
And because of that, God, when it was time for a flood, God
made sure he was safe.
Made sure he was safe.
Yeah.
Made sure his family was safe. Made sure the people around him were safe.
Exactly.
Right? And that is the main purpose of Noah's Ark. Not that the flood came and the animals came.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the point of Noah's Ark. The point of Noah's Ark is to explain. Like, hey man, if you do sacrifice for yourself, or sacrifice your life, sacrifice your happiness, sacrifice your time in flesh, your family,
for things that you know is right too.
Exactly. It's going to benefit more than just you.
Yes.
It's going to affect more than just you. You could save more than just you. And that's the craziest thing to think about, because you don't think about that growing up. That's not what you hear talking about Noah's Ark. But now that I understand that, I'm kind of like, okay. Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, like I mean, especially like the type level that we're on. Like, cause we know about, it's more than just everything you see at the surface level, though, man. So everything's so much deeper than that, man.
And it's crazy because Jordan, one of the things that he said at the beginning of the lecture series, it was like, the Bible has been rephrased for the most unintellectual people to understand. Yeah. So that's you have to start
like a guide almost, though. It's like
a history book. Yeah. That's how I kind of started looking at it. It's more of like even though like
they're characters that are like within you almost.
Yeah. Literally. We are going through the story of Joseph. We're going through the story of Moses. The story
it's not a coincidence that you see like you see these stories in the Bible and it's like something very similar happens to you. It's like, bro,
come on, man. You gotta read the Bible.
He knows what's going on.
He's trying to. Yeah, it's exactly. The Bible is a stepping stone to help you navigate through life at a better level, and that's why
it's called like the basic instructions
before leaving Earth. Yeah, exactly. Basic instructions to help you get through Earth.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. If we're being honest, and I think that's why. Maybe this is just me being a Christian man. Why so many people are unhappy, so many people are struggling, so many people play victim. So many people don't have purpose, right? All these things. And it's crazy how God in the Bible reverts to show you how you can find all of those things by doing these things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta know, like, he's within you, though. It's like, bro, if you believe in him, bro, like, you'll know that he gave you powers too.
But you know,
like, being a Christian it's almost a superpower, bro. Like, for real.
I've been saying that. It's almost a superpower. Yeah. And because when we had our book club last year, in the spring we did our book club, and we had we read the book The Power of Manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
And in that book, it kind of paired God, manifestation. And my thing was, we're made in His image.
Exactly.
In His image.
Exactly.
So you're going to tell me you don't think I can do some of the things that Jesus could do? You don't think I can do that?
Exactly.
You don't think we can do that?
Yeah.
You have to be walking with Him. You have to be living right. You have to be doing. You don't think you could do some of the what do you think manifestation is?
Yeah.
Right. Like I can tell you, me personally, I think of some things, some wild things, and they come true, and they happen.
Exactly.
And they happen, and it's like, bro.
It's like once you know you got that power, it's like, bro, why would you even stop? Like, why would you not just create everything that you want, like for the betterment of
and make it
you
happen.
and for? But that's another thing though. It got to be like for you, but it also has to be for
everyone else.
Society. Exactly.
Yes.
You can't be selfish with it.
Yes. No.
You can't be selfish with it, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Any selfish Christian you see, he may have some powers.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near as powerful as it will be if he was trying to help out
other
with
people.
Him. Yeah,
and that's one of the things, conversations that I have about being a man and being masculine.
Yeah,
is that so? Like in today's society, we've twisted to think saying like masculine is dominance, masculine is I'm in control and I'm an alpha.
On that too. Yeah, it's like,
but that's not what it is.
Yeah.
If you're really masculine, you are sacrificing.
Exactly, you're selfless.
So
like,
much, exactly, and that's what being a man is.
Like a man is sacrificing your time to make sure that your family's right. A man ain't telling people what to do necessarily, bro. No. I mean, of course, it comes down to that point sometime, but
take control.
But you have to take care first.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sacrificing myself for everybody else.
Exactly.
That's what being a man is about. And I think our society is toxic masculinity. It's like, nah, it's not what it is.
Yeah.
It's not what it is. Being a man is about sacrificing. It's about giving.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's powerful. It's very powerful. I don't remember how we got on this tangent.
I don't either though.
But
but I mean, it happened for a reason.
Yeah,
that's what
for
I'm saying.
sure. Yeah. Man, so back to Moorhead. Yeah, back to Moorhead. You didn't play that Davidson game was what?
No,
game 6, 5?
Yeah, I think.
No, that was our first game of the PFL. I'm pretty sure 2019.
Was it might have been.
I think because that was the year Coach Rise was our D-line coach, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that was our first game in the PFL, and you subbed in like third quarter.
It was fourth. It was fourth with like 6 minutes to go. We were down 24-42, I think.
I remember
we lost 32. Something like that.
We lost by less.
We lost by like 12. Because I remember it was on that bad beats joint. Like we had.
No. It wasn't that game.
We got on 2 times. That time in San Diego.
I know we got on San Diego, but I don't remember.
Davidson and San Diego, the 2 games that I freaking played the most in.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember that, and then that
the
game.
San Diego game was ugly though.
It was. But I'm sorry, the Jacksonville game, the game we played after Davidson.
Yeah.
That right there, that was I feel like that was one of our best team games the entire year, though. Everybody, defense, offense, everybody showed up. I mean, they had me and Mark splitting time and all that, but I'm like, bro, like, and he's like, he didn't want to run that 2 quarterback thing, but that thing, it ran smooth.
It worked.
It ran smooth that game because they had no idea what was coming, bro.
It worked because Mark could run enough.
Yes.
To where you had to worry about it.
Yeah.
And you were good enough throwing that you couldn't just get him in there and just like, oh, he's gonna run the read off.
Exactly. And we should have stayed like that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, it's like, I play quarterback still. Like, I can't throw.
Yes.
So it's like, I mean, yeah, that was a great game. He played good. I played good. Everybody, like I'm saying, all the running backs, we subbed in every running back.
Yeah.
Every running back played. I feel like almost every receiver played and had a catch.
It was hot that day.
Yeah. Oh, sweating.
Yeah, it was hot.
It was crazy that day.
I remember that.
It was Florida, though, so we didn't expect that.
Freaking Eddie, because he was from Florida.
But didn't he wear long sleeves?
I came in long sleeve. I'm wearing a long sleeve. I'm like, but take that off.
Yeah, it's not impressive.
Who are you trying to impress, like, bro? Take that off. It is hot.
Bro, it was hot as hell.
It was hot.
That was probably the most rewarding win that year. And then I remember we had to stay the night in Florida too. I'm like, yeah, that was the best. That was the best trip too.
We got loose that night. No, we didn't. We were chilling. We were chilling.
Watching more football.
Yeah, we were in the hotel kicking.
Yeah, that's all we did. We had a good time watching football. Yeah,
I know a couple people almost missed the bus the next morning to the airport. I know a couple dudes.
Yeah. Coach not playing around with that joint either, bro.
No, but didn't we leave somebody at the stadium?
We did. We almost did. Who was it? I can't remember who it was.
Was it Mark?
Nah, it wasn't Mark. For some reason, I feel like it might have been Bo. My guess was like either Bo or Tom Flood. I feel like it was one of them two.
I don't think it was T Flood. I don't think it was.
I feel like it was one of them two for some reason.
I think it was Bo. I think we had literally
just pulled out, right?
Yeah, like we were at the end of the university.
Yeah.
And the bus had to turn all the way back around.
That's what I'm saying. But it was like everybody's on such a good mood.
Such a good mood.
All right, cool. Let's go pick him up.
Such a good mood. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Moorhead. That was.
I think everyone was
that year was a good year too, though. I mean,
it was even though we only won 4 games.
Yeah,
like,
it was still a good year. I feel like that brought us together.
The Drake game. That game, I never hated you guys as an offense so much.
I don't even really know what happened.
It was because, not even because of what happened in the game. The only time I hated you guys as an offense was San Diego. Like in game,
bro. And I feel like the thing was like, cause Mark got smacked in that.
Oh, he got tore up. But my thing was
after that, it was like, bro, like we didn't know. And then coaches come on, like pulling like me and Zach in. It was like, bro, just stick with one person.
Just stick with one. Yeah. My thing was once you saw that you weren't getting first downs, the no huddle has to go out the window.
Yeah, bro.
Because we took 42 snaps as a defense in the first half.
For real?
Yeah.
And we didn't score a point, I don't think.
No.
In the first half.
But the score was only what? Until the last 3 minutes of the first half, the score was only like 10-0.
Yeah.
We were in it. And then once the defense got tired,
because we didn't have depth. Like 24-0 at half or something like that?
Yeah. They scored like 2 touchdowns in the last like minute and 30 just because we were so damn tired.
Yeah. And we couldn't move. And then, yeah.
But Drake, before the game, that Friday, right?
The Popeye debacle. Didn't they have y'all go to the drive-thru too?
But dog. So not only does our bus somehow get stuck.
That was insane.
Our bus gets stuck. The offense leaves us.
Yeah, they took us to the hotel.
You guys got to go to the hotel and
so we're doing homework and all that. So we got to study all. Yeah.
We have to sit there, wait for this new bus to come, unload our bus, load the new bus. Go to Popeyes to get the food for the whole team. When I tell you that Coach Strobel, Coach Rice, Coach Wright were in Popeyes employees. And that's the only way we got our food.
What they had to do?
They were out there filling the boxes with chicken. They were up there scooping stuff, What was doing the whole biscuits and boxes, was doing all of it. All of it.
I didn't know that.
All of it. That's what took us so long. Because the Popeyes people were not ready.
I'm pretty sure we had to call something like that in. Like, you don't just go there and order
but it was
30, 40 boxes of chicken.
It was because where our bus was late, we were 40 minutes behind. So they just were like, oh, I guess they're not coming.
Oh, dang. I'm about to say, that's a pretty crazy order to just have, like, sitting around. So it's like, I feel them, but like, damn.
You should, I don't feel
y'all gotta have our stuff ready.
You should call somebody and be like, hey, are you guys still coming? You shouldn't just think they're not coming.
Just give it away or whatever.
It was a crap show. And then I think what made it worse was we get to the hotel and everybody in offense, where you guys been? We're hungry. We want our food. Oh, you're hungry. You've been kicking in your hotel room. We've been on this bus. We've been loading.
I'm telling you, we were definitely big chilling, like hungry as hell, but we was like,
I remember Gilly came up to me and said, bro, where you been? I'm like,
it will be Gilly too.
I was just like, bro, just know I didn't wash my hands before I threw that chicken in your box, bro. I didn't do it. I'm talking to you, bro. I was pissed. Bro. I was pissed, bro. I was so mad. And then I think what made me even more mad was in the game, you guys turned the ball over 5 times. We lost by 8 points, and Coach T had the nerve to get on the radio and say our defense just didn't make stops down the stretch.
I never listened to no radio show or nothing.
Your defense didn't make stops down the stretch. You turned the ball over 5-6 times.
See, I couldn't do that in college, bro. I'm not listening to no type of radio, dude.
I only heard it because I would walk past him when he said it.
Oh hell no.
Because he was still on the field, and I walked past him when he said it, and I'm like, but I know he did not just say that.
And it was like freaking 9 degrees or something insane, bro.
It was so cold as hell. It was so cold.
And something about that stadium, like the way the wind,
bro, it was dead.
Yeah, and the way the wind came in, bro, it made that joint so much worse.
Yes, it did get sunny around like halftime, if I remember correctly, and it warmed up a little.
A
Maybe
little
it might have
bit.
been
It was
just
probably
because I
like
was
4
playing.
degrees.
Yeah, it might have just been because I was playing. It might have been.
It might have been like 4 degrees. It warmed up.
Yeah, no, I remember that. That Valpo game that year was cold.
And I remember that one because I did not get on the field that game, and I was pissed. I'm like, bro, I'm freaking cold.
Once that sun went by that tree line.
I didn't care if I threw the ball around. I just wanted to be in the game doing
Yes.
something, bro, just
Yes.
to warm up.
Yes, once the sun went behind that tree line, it was a wrap.
Yeah,
It was a
and that
wrap.
stadium is super weird. Man.
But it playing
It's
in
like,
that
it's
stadium
like a
was like
middle
playing,
school stadium, though. Almost.
No, it's like playing in a graveyard. There's
Yeah,
no
and
like it literally feels like there's the energy.
And it feels like it's always like foggy and gray there,
Yes,
bro. Like it's never no sun or anything.
No.
I feel,
No.
they got
Don't
those
go to
middle school ass stands, man. Like,
Yes.
yeah, nah.
No. They did have some nice looking women though. I
They
remember
probably
that.
did.
I remember that.
Indianapolis, though.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember they had them posters of their volleyball team up on.
They were like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's one school that I looked at after when I was leaving Moorhead. I was like, oh, should I go to Valpo?
Valpo. How many? So how did that go for you? How many?
So that was actually that was my third time transferring, really second by choice type of thing. But then that's one where I think I probably put in the most work. Like I mean, because it started. I think I got in the portal in April. So whenever like right after the season, I went to.
No,
I
I
remember
remember.
the guy you worked for. What was his name?
Jamie Carver.
Carver,
No,
yeah.
I remember. I was in the office.
Hey, bro, I'm like, I wasted no time with that.
Yeah, it was right when the season ended. I
Yeah,
remember.
so I did that, and then I was
You
sitting
and
in
like
school.
3 other dudes.
I think it was like me, Barbie, and then somebody else.
Yeah, the Barbie one crushed me. I knew he was gonna leave.
After that season, after that year, like
you average a pick and a
All-American?
half a game.
Yeah,
you have
you
to.
gotta go up.
Man's just clamps.
Now that was one guy that I wanted to test every single day, bro. Just to, yeah, exactly, bro. Like you got a guy doing that well, bro. I want to test him in practice every day, and we got each other. He probably got me a little more than I got him, but like it was just to go against a guy like that. Like he takes that crap so serious. And he was just like so funny with it too, though.
Yes,
funny.
So
he had
nonchalant.
fun. Exactly. He had fun with
yes.
the game.
Yes, if you ever meet Barbie, bro, y'all should meet Barbie. Barbie's one of the coolest cats I know, and he's
he takes his craft so serious.
So serious, like, and it's so weird. I'd never seen such a non-serious person take that so seriously.
Yeah,
like you don't ever have to ask him twice. Y'all go.
Oh yeah, extra work. That's what I'm saying. Like every time I was out there, he was out there.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Literally.
Yeah, ready to go. You don't have to ask him twice.
He's joking around with it, but he was out there.
Yeah.
Like and then once it was his time to line up,
he's ready to go.
Boom,
Locked
he's
in.
ready. Exactly.
He's locked in. But one of the funniest dudes. Dude's a clown.
I had class with him that semester too, bro. The teacher, y'all like, Brendan, and he was like, and every time he would call me, he was just like, you. He would never say DeAndre. He was like, you. And I was like,
what was the teacher?
It was international business. I forget what the teacher's name was.
Yeah.
But that class was hilarious though.
But so where'd you go after Moorhead?
I went to Glenville State, so I was there for a semester.
Yeah.
But then that didn't go as I planned it to. Honestly, I mean,
why you say that?
I mean, I got the starting spot, all that. So I mean, that wasn't the problem. The issue was like the first game. So it's the first quarter of the first game, man. So I get out there, first drive, we go 3-0, so that's fine. And then it was like first game jitters or whatever. Got that out. Second drive, we come out, hand the ball one play. Second play, hit a go ball down to my receiver down the sideline, 40 yards, get into the red zone. I'm like, all right, dude, we're rolling now. Next play, hand it off. Next play, after that, read option. So I pull it, and I'm running outside, and then I try and juke back in. So I did that, and then when I'm getting tackled, the guy like trying to strip the ball, and I just go down, but I guess instead of the ball, he like got my thumb. My thumb freaking goes all the way back, and then after that, I'm just like, all right, I didn't really know what had happened. I didn't feel anything, so I just felt it. I got up, whatever. Next play, coach calls just a RPO to the flat. So I'm like, all right, cool, easy touchdown. I look out there, I see cornerback locked onto the guy, so I'm like, all right, cool, he's gonna take him away. So I'm like, I see that, call Hut, get the ball, and I'm trying to throw it. I'm rising up. I don't even notice my thumb is not under the ball, so that joint just slides down. And I'm like, I know I was squeezing that joint. And I know I was. So I get to the sideline so I fumble it. So at the 1 yard line, terrible, terrible. But then I get to the sideline. I'm trying to throw the ball. I'm like, he's like, what happened? I said, coach, the ball has to be flat or something. So like I'm trying to throw it, and as I'm throwing it, I'm like, trying to feel my thumb. I don't feel my thumb touching the ball or anything. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like nah, this is not right.
Yeah.
So then like I'm still just trying to toss it, but when I'm throwing it, instead of like how I regularly do it, I'm like just here and I'm pushing the ball out. So I'm like, I don't really know. But I was like, he's like, you could, like, hell yeah. Because I'm like, it's my senior year.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Sure.
I'm not coming out for that. I'm like, who knows what it is, but I know it's not gonna stop me. The next play, get up there and try and hand the ball off and have no grip on it. I'm like, yeah, coach, I have no clue what's going on. So I go to the trainer, and then she gets there and like starts messing with my thumb. And then at one point she can like take it from here all the way like back here. And she was like, do you see that? I said, see what? Like, can my thumb always do that? And she was like, no. I was like, okay. I was like, well, can we wrap it up or something? Like, keep it in place. I'm like, I need to get back in. Like, I'm not about to miss it. So I need to get back in. So she's like, she tried to wrap it up. And then by this time, this is when I started to really feel it, because I'm like, I'm sitting down for a little bit. So next drive, the other quarterback goes back in. So I'm over there, I'm like, coach comes to me, he's like, you good? I said, bro, I'm trying to be like, let me just get a second. So I'm throwing it, and then like it's not coming out the right way. So I'm like, bro, I think something's wrong. So then after the game, I go to the trainer again, and she was like, all right, we're gonna do ice it, and then we're gonna go to get an MRI of that tomorrow. So I do that, and they were like, some like ligament was torn, or like partially torn, and like you can get surgery and be out for 6 weeks, or you can just see how it heals naturally. And I'm like, bro, I don't do no surgery, bro. I don't need that. So I'm like, I'm gonna let it heal naturally. It's like they're like, we're gonna be out for like 6 to 8 weeks. I'm like, bro, I don't got 6 to 8 weeks to wait.
No.
Like I'm better off letting this joint heal by itself. Cause that's how I've always done it. I've always let my stuff heal by itself, bro. You can give me like a little moon boot or something for my ankle. You can give me like some ice and some painkillers, bro. That's all I need, man.
For sure.
So then, I mean, 2 weeks go by, still having trouble with it. But then the third week, I'm like able to throw. It's like a elongated motion, but I'm like, I can go. So then that week, coach is like, all right, we're gonna have you on standby. We're not gonna start you yet because we don't know what's going on right now.
Right.
We're like, be ready to go in. So then that game goes by, we don't win, but it's like, all right, whatever. So the next week comes, and like I'm taking all the reps and all that, and I'm still got this like weird motion because I have tape on the outside of my, like I had a splint, and it's like taped on the outside of my thumb, so it's like, so it doesn't bend back or anything weird. So I can just like I'll hold a ball in my hand every time the trainer was taping it up just to make sure I had my grip right. So now I would do that and then get out there. Like the ball came out super funky, but I was like, man, I don't care. Like I'm playing.
Yeah, facts.
So then I played the next 2 games like that, and the third game comes, and like, so okay, I'll tell you about the first game didn't go our way. We lost 19-20. And then I would like to think, I mean, it's because I can't throw the ball correctly. Yeah. I mean, it's a couple passes that I get it down there, but it's just like, it don't got the zip or the length that it would have if I had a good thumb. Yeah. So it's like, we lost that game. Next game, I go like 4 for 10, but we run for 300 yards and win the game anyway. Mm-hmm. So then after that, coach is like, I mean, we need to be able to throw the ball. So then I come out, and then from there, that was pretty much the end. I played, 3 games at Glenville? And then that was pretty much all she wrote. And then after that, I was just like, I really don't know what I'm about to do. But I said, I know one thing. I'm about to keep on working out like I do know.
Yeah, just in case.
I mean, we go home Thanksgiving, then we don't have to go back to school. So I go to training with my trainer up in Maryland. So we're out there. It's a couple, it's like 6 or 7 quarterbacks out there. We had a couple receivers. So we're just working like we always do. And then he actually told me about one other guy who came from Arizona. So he said he's about to go overseas and play ball. I'm like, what? I was like, really? I'm like, how you get into that? And he told me about like this website called Euro Players. I was like, I'd give it a shot. So then I was like, created an account, but I didn't really put too much on it at first. And then I got this invite to this Podium Bowl, like a little all-star game down in Florida. And I was like, I guess. So let's do it.
Nice.
So I went down that joint. Ended up playing most of the game because the other quarterback got hurt in the first quarter. So I played that entire game, threw a touchdown, and then from there I was just like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go all the way with this Euro player thing. I'm like, this looks like my opportunity to play more ball right now.
Thanks.
So then I signed up for that, and then just, got a couple hits on there, and then a couple days later I see Mark. He's going over to play in Sweden. I'm like, how'd he get onto that? He's like, "You're a player." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right," but I was all in, but now I'm like, "Bro, this is my way. This is my ticket." So then I get that, do that, and then Aalborg, the team I'm playing for now, Aalborg 89ers, they contact me on there like, "You interested in playing football in Denmark?" I said, "Sure." I was like, "Have you heard about it?" I was like, "Not really. I kind of just had a teammate from there in college because my kicker at Malone, he's actually from Denmark." So then, all right, so I get on a call with the chairman of the team, and then he's talking. I was like, "Have you heard of Denmark?" I was like, "Actually, yeah, I have. One of my kickers I went to college with, he is from there." He was like, "Yeah, do you know his name?" I was like, "Yeah, Marcus Muller." He was like, "Bro, like he's played on the same team as the chairman's son, who is my running back, so they know him." I'm like, "What are the odds?"
What are the odds? Yeah, that's
I'm like, "Yeah, like it's over. I'm coming there." Like that's right. Like all this, it's not no coincidence. Like y'all the ones that hit me up, and then so like I'm going there.
Yeah, for sure.
So then,
it's a God moment.
Man, I'm telling you, that was the best decision.
Yeah.
Like after everything that happened in college, man, I'm like, a team that I know I can go there. I'm like, it's only me at quarterback, so it's like I'm gonna be the guy. And when I got there and like met the people, I'm like, I fell in love with it, bro.
You like it over there?
I love it, man.
What's your favorite thing so far? Like
really,
top
like
top three.
Okay, like just like anything.
Yeah. Off the field, on
the city. The city itself is like right on the water, so they have like this little harbor thing, but it's like almost like a beach. So they got like kiddie pool, big pool, and like a diving board and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah.
That definitely can't lie. The nightlife, man. The club scene is insane. So like,
that is not.
I didn't think so either.
I've known you for years.
They got me out until 6 a.m. having fun, bro. That's what I'm saying, though.
Living some life.
Living life, man. And then of course, like football, that's number one. But like outside of that, just how nice the people are, man.
Yeah,
like the
different.
people are.
If you could compare cultures to here and there, what would be the differences?
It's just there's much more of a positive attitude over there. Like there's not really people walking around mopey. Like everybody's in the gym, they're walking. Everybody's like pretty much everybody's fit over there. I mean, they do a bunch of walking, running, working out. Like that's all they do really. And like biking is huge in Denmark. That's what Denmark is known for, actually. Just being like the most bike friendly country in the world almost. I mean, there's bike lanes everywhere. So I mean, that got me back into biking too. Like I haven't biked since I was probably 10 years old. But then like they had a bike for me. I was like, you know what? Let's start riding it. So like I got a couple friends that live across the.
Wait, they gave you a bike?
Yeah, so they provide me with housing. They provide me with travel pass for the bus, gym membership, insurance.
So like you don't have like a team strength coach or anything?
No. So that's actually why. But the dude I was talking to earlier, Paul.
Okay.
My boy, yeah. So he's actually pretty much my strength coach. So he like while I'm home, I'll work out with him like once, twice a week, and then when I'm over there. So last year he had like a whole program for me. So that kept me on track. I worked out 4 or 5 times a week, and then like because he's a certified strength conditioning coach. So then I listen to him. He gives me the workouts. I do them, and then I'm telling you, like, that helped a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause like I've lifted long enough to know what to do, but like I just like the fact that he gives me like things that are like quarterback specific, and he mixes it up too. So that is a huge help. Shout out Paul.
What's the food like?
Food is definitely different. It's no seasoning, bro. That's like
no seasoning.
But they
eat the same things though?
Not really though. So they got a couple things that are different. What was my favorite thing? Favorite thing definitely a thing called steak flesk. It's like bacon almost, but it's like super crisp, and they eat it with potatoes and then some type of gravy. My teammate Aaron, he made it. It was pretty good. That and then
it's just bacon, potatoes, and.
But it's not like bacon though. It's like thicker. I'll show you a picture in a little bit, but like it's really good. That and then there's this thing called a gifler. It's like little cinnamon buns, dude. I put it on my story all the time over there, bro. It's like these little cinnamon rolls that come in a bag, bro. They give you a whole bunch of, bro. I go through like 3 bags a week, dog. That is my go-to over there.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, bro.
So you said they pay for your housing. They pay
my housing, bus pass, insurance, gym pass, and then Only thing I pay for really is my groceries, and then anything I spend like buying clothes.
You get a check while you're over there, like an actual like check, or is it just
direct deposit joint? But yeah, so they're paying monthly. So they do monthly payments over there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And that's what you basically. So I guess my question is, do you have extra money? So like you go into the club. Like, so do you have a side hustle you do over there, or you can just live off
last year I didn't have one, but this year they're gonna be set up with like having a job outside of football. So like I'll be doing all my football stuff, but with football it comes, so I'm playing on the senior team, and then I'm coaching like all the levels below that. So like U19, U16, the women's, they got a women's team too.
Okay.
So like I'm coaching all of them, and then.
Wait, do they speak English?
Yeah, so probably like that's.
I didn't know
They learned that in 3rd grade over there, so they
speak multiple languages?
Yeah, most of them. So they learn. So Danish is what they're born into. They learn English in 3rd grade, I believe, and then by the time they're in 6th grade, they learn German too. So like they already come at like elementary, middle school with 3 languages they know.
So So you telling me there's a country that teaches their kids three languages.
Before they're 14, bro.
And we're sitting over here arguing if we should add gay history to our history classes.
There's totally different like mindset. That's what I'm saying, bro. They don't worry about stuff that don't matter like that, bro.
That's insane. But that blows my mind.
Yeah, man.
We're arguing about.
And these kids are trilingual at 14, 15
At 14, 15, and we're arguing that we should add queer theory to our studies.
It shows, but that's why I feel like they have such a more of a like positive outlook on things. They're not worried about like stuff like that, man. It's like if you're over there, you're gay, okay?
I think
it's not even really like a problem.
See, but I think that's the thing about America. So I think people here have it twisted. I think the only people that care that if you're gay are the gay people. Like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
If you're cool, you're cool.
You're cool. Like no one else cares. Like you guys just make that your identity, your whole identity.
And it's like in America, everybody wants to have a struggle, bro.
So
they see like black people, they got this black life, man. Let's do women's rights, gay lives. I'm like, bro.
See, I don't know.
So like,
me and Brandon had this conversation. I don't know if it's a struggle. I think if you think about it, a lot of them, that's the only way they feel special. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, that's the only way they feel special. I identify as this now you have to treat me special.
Yeah.
I didn't play sports. I didn't get straight A's. Wasn't a valedictorian. But I'm over here now, so now I'm special.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I think that's where a lot of Americans are. Like, because we live in this entitled country that we all have. So entitled. And then you sit there and you kind of like, why are you doing that? And it's kind of like, I think
people just want attention, man. It's all about that.
You feel me? And it's like, so like Demi Lovato, right? I was listening to a podcast with her, and she was talking about, I'm non-binary because these labels just they don't
even know what that means.
I think she just doesn't identify with a gender, but she's like, it doesn't. I'm too good for these labels. They don't fit me. I'm above these labels, and I'm just kind of like, so we've been walking on this planet, billions of people for millions of years have gone under these labels, but all of a sudden they're just not good enough for you.
Like, who are you to say this? Like
you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about?
Now, if you feel that way, I mean, sure, go ahead, but like, just be like that. You don't gotta like say it. Yeah, like
one, you don't have to say it, make it your identity, and two, most definitely don't force it on the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
Sure. That's crazy though. That blows my mind. They're teaching them 3 languages.
And I'm like, especially like in a state like Virginia, like anywhere almost in the DMV, we have a heavy Spanish population. I'm like, why are we not learning Spanish in 4th, 5th grade?
Yes.
Like that, it should be essential.
Yes.
Essential, bro. Especially like the area that we're in, man. Like DC, like you have to know, like all the jobs there almost got to be like bilingual. Like being bilingual is such a freaking advantage.
Yeah.
Like you can get anything. You bilingual, bro. You know multiple languages. You can help out people in many ways that people don't even think about, man.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So it's like them being that, and that's why they can come over here to America and be just as good as our job, bro.
Yeah.
And like their education is insane, bro.
Yeah. No, we American. So I don't know if you ever met Jeff Jones. He graduated before you got there.
I met him once because he actually went to high school with Ashton. I think he knew him.
Did he?
Okay, he's from Columbus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had him on my podcast, and we kind of talked about like our education system and all these things, and it's kind of like the dumbing down of America has happened in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
And I feel like we can almost say it's been on purpose.
Of course, bro.
It's been on purpose.
Like, bro, you think they want us to be in any type of power to
be educated?
They want to be at the top.
To,
they want to stay at the top, man.
Yes. That's crazy, bro. I might have to take my kids to Denmark.
Really? Put them in Montessori school or something. Let them think for themselves.
Yeah. That's freaking wild. Yeah. 3 languages like, by 14, 15.
And the thing is, they treat the kids like they're adults already.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the one thing that almost threw me off though. Is like, cause they got teachers over there, like they don't call them Mr. or Mrs. This is like whatever your name is, kids will call you that, and it's like it's not even like in a disrespectful manner.
Yeah.
It's just like that's your name, so it's like why are we? Yeah.
That's fire though. I like that.
I like that a lot.
I get a lot of crap for how hard I am on my son, but then
treat him like an adult. He won't ever
be.
He'll be an adult.
Yes, and that's what everyone
when it's
says.
time to be like, of course he's gonna be a kid. He's what, 2 years old?
2 years old, yeah.
He's gonna be
a
2-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's gonna be like a 2-year-old with
behaved one.
Exactly.
Yes, and people always
with
think, oh, he's so
self-awareness
smart, he acts right, he's this and this, but then they see us like when he does something wrong, or they see us when we're together, they're like, man, why are you so hard on him? Why are you so hard on him? He's only 2, he's only a baby. It's like, yeah, but that baby turns to a toddler real quick.
Exactly. And that's how my little brother and sister, like, I don't talk to them like no baby, but I can't do it, bro, because like I just feel like the quicker I get them acclimated to being talked to like a regular person, then they'll know, okay, then they'll know how to handle themselves and somebody else talks to them like that. So I'd rather be the first one to talk to them like that rather than they get out there and feel like they're getting disrespected when somebody just asking them a simple question or telling them something simple to do. So I mean, like I feel like that's one thing being a big brother taught me though, because I'm the oldest of 3 sisters, 4 brothers now, so I got a lot of
you're old.
Yeah, because the one that's down here, she's 19 now.
Okay.
So like, she was around when she was 6, but she lived with her mom in Baltimore, and I live with my mom here in Virginia. So like, we come to my dad's house every other weekend and see each other. So I mean, I felt that was definitely helpful because like at least my dad guided us to a point where we know each other exactly. And we have a great relationship. Like I love my little sister to death. I love all of them to death. So it's like. But I feel like, I mean, growing up with her, I was like, I wasn't really around her a lot. But then when my second sister, Dakota, came, that's when I was like, all right, cool. Like, I really get to be a big brother every single day. Yeah. So, like, just to see her grow up, because she's 13, about to turn 13 this year. Mm-hmm. So, like, I feel like me, like, the way I talk to her, like, I mean, I did the baby stuff at first, but then after a while, I'm like, no. Like, I'm going to stop that, because, while she is a baby, she needs to learn how to like she's gonna be an adult more longer than she's gonna be a baby. So like the earlier that she learns how to conduct herself like that, the better.
Yeah, so, I did that to my 15-year-old sister.
Yeah,
she rides with me when we're doing our side hustles, our DoorDash and stuff.
I'll take every single one of them. I've taken except London because she hasn't been out around because she's in school. But like from Dakota all the way down to my second youngest one, Bishop. Like I've taken all of them on my Instacart runs and all that. Like, we're gonna learn how to hustle. Like, like that's what we're gonna do.
I make her. She used to get annoyed. I make her listen to like the podcast I listen to because I don't really listen to music anymore. Like I listen to all kind of podcasts and like I make her listen to them. But now she's like at a point. She asks me questions. She talks about what I'm saying. She's like into it. Bro. Yeah, she's into it now. And like I talk to her like she's a 24-year-old and she's only 15. Yeah. And she's pretty well educated above some of these 15-year-olds and has a sense of common sense and a sense of reality. And like I think that's a big time. I'm trying to get her off TikTok, but it's not.
Yeah, that's my uncle. He's the one that really got me onto like these affirmations and then these guys who are like just talking about like, you know, living the life that you want to live like that. And like you can create whatever you want to create, man. Right. Like, so he really got me off the like the music wave. I listen to music. I mean, of course I do it sometimes because like that's entertaining to me. But like more or less on my YouTube, you'll see football or you'll see something about like, you know, positive thinking or, you know, manifestation or, you know, some Bible. So like, bro, my YouTube feed is pretty set, bro. It has everything. Like you look at it and like you look at me, it's like it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it makes sense why the way I am that I am.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of my friends, they're not really on that wave yet. But I mean,
it's a lonely life over here.
Yeah, I mean, it can get like that. Yeah.
Until your friends can join you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Brandon's
it's like
fine.
I'm super positive, and like I don't really look at like the negative things. Like one of my best friends of mine, he's like, bro, you like toxically positive. I'm like, bro, why would I be anything else though?
Yeah.
It's like I gotta be positive.
So I get what people say though, because sometimes when you're too positive, it comes off
like
as
you're fake.
See, I was gonna say blind to reality, right? Because you can come off too positive to where you're like, it kind of seems like you're not true to like what's actually happened.
Yeah,
so
like
something
all the negative
crazy
stuff going around. Like
you got to be kind of positive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's a very there's a difference, right, for sure. But I get what people say when you're like, oh, you're a little too positive, because it's just kind of like, I get it. If I'm all bubbly in a crazy ass situation, it will probably be annoying too.
Exactly, and of course, like I mean, I do that like to a degree. I mean, like if something bugs me, I'll definitely let you know about it. But I mean, other than that, bro, if it's just like a normal day, I'm gonna be happy.
Exactly. Yeah, whether I'm doing
Get
what
gratitude,
I want to,
man. Gratitude.
Yeah, whether I'm out doing what I love to do or not, I gotta wake up and do these side hustles. I gotta wake up at 3 a.m. and go do Amazon. And
exactly.
Like,
but if you go out that joint with gratitude, bro, trust me, it'll make the experience way better.
Way better.
Way
embrace
better.
Embrace it. Just go ahead on and embrace it. Like, embrace the suck, right?
Yes,
like what we used to say more, embrace the suck.
Exactly.
Because it's gonna suck regardless, so embrace it.
Coach Rodism right there.
Yeah. Embrace the suck. For sure. No, I'm still mind blown about this 3 language thing.
Yeah, bro. Like,
that's crazy. So.
And it's just like I get over there and speak English to them. It's like they're almost scared. I'm like, bro, like you learned it, like you know it. Just talk. Like I mean, and like I'm thinking, like I'm not gonna make fun of you, bro. Because if I even try to speak Danish, like you gotta freaking
smack me.
Like y'all get a huge laugh.
Yeah. For sure.
I remember like the first time I tried to count down, like you know, like in the practice, like our 8 and 9 is on 3, da da da.
Yeah.
So like they're thinking like their 1 2 3 is in to try. So like the first time I said it, I was like, I was mixing up language. I was speaking like French and Spanish. I was like, man, I don't know, bro. But then like, you know, keep on doing it every now and then. So now like, I got to learn the language a little bit more. Like introduce myself. Like, hi, DeAndre. So, my name is DeAndre. Yeah. So I can do like the simple stuff now. If you get me in a conversation,
not it.
I'm gonna have to stop you like quickly. Yeah. Once I hear you like say, you say like, hey, and then start. I'm like, hey.
So you go out there, you meet a lot of like outside of football.
Yeah, because like a bunch of my teammates, I mean, they're all from there, so I meet their friends, and then you know, going to the gym, like you meet people like that, and then, of course, I mean, like I'm one of maybe 7, 8 Americans over there, so like they get to know who you are pretty quick. Yeah,
for sure.
And especially like I play football, so like they'll see me, they're like, okay, he's definitely different. Like he's not here for school. Yeah. It's like he's definitely here playing some type of sport. So they're like, it's not handball because all the handball guys are Danish.
Yeah,
I don't think he might play soccer because that's what all the African guys would play over there. But then I tell them I'm playing like American football. I'm like, makes sense. Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
So yeah.
So the leagues over there. How many teams does Denmark have?
So there's 3 divisions, I believe. I know the highest division is National League. That's what we play in. Okay. So we have us. We have Copenhagen Towers. We have Solo Gold Diggers. Triangle Razorbacks, and I think there's another team coming in here, Aarhus Tigers. Okay. So then there's us 5, and then I think there's Division 1. I couldn't tell you who's in that division, and then Division 2. So like the way we had our season set up this year, so we had 2 seasons. So we used to go I leave in March. So from March to April is just like training camp. April to June, we have our first half of the season. So we have like 4 to 5 games in. So we have 2, actually again this year we got this thing called the Scandinavian Cup. So we'll play a team from Norway and I believe a team from Sweden again.
So you're playing teams from other countries?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
with this cup. Okay. That's the thing actually, Mark's team was in there last year.
Okay.
But then so we got a team from Sweden and Norway. Last year we played a team from I think it was Norway as well. But then so we play those 2 and then we have 3 games, maybe 4 now this year since there's another team. 4 games in our division. And then we get a break from July, so we have all July off. We have like end of June till middle of August again. We have all that time off.
And you stay over there?
Yeah, I stay in Europe. Like, so last year I went to Sweden to go kick with Mark, but other than that, I was just working out, chilling with my teammates.
That's so far.
Yeah. So
that's so
and like
fire.
I get back to that too. So it's like, and then we have 4 more games, and then we have playoffs. So the way the playoffs worked this past year was we had to win just 1 game in conference to make it to the playoffs, because the team that we beat actually beat us the game right before summer break. They beat us by 1.43-44. So then we came back out on the first game of the summer. We beat them like 45-20. So then once we did that, locked up our spot to the playoffs, and we played the last 2 teams. We got beat, but then we played the team, the Gold Diggers, again in the semifinal. So that was an alright game. I mean, we lost, what was it, 51-30, but it was rough though. It was rough, but like either way, like we had a great season. I feel like we had come together a lot as a team that year, and so that's why I feel like when we going back this year, I feel like we got something cooking up.
Coming.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. And I feel like, I mean, I've been contacting all my teammates, and they're showing me that everybody's working hard, everybody's getting after it. So I'm like, I definitely feel something like a whole mental shift. Like last year was like a bunch of, okay, we never done this. Now it's like, we got
you
this.
Get there.
Yeah. It's like everybody has that same belief. Like, this is the year we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So like I'm like, once I've been talking to them, and then it was an easy decision for me to go back there. Like once I didn't get I was looking to go up, of course, like to the ELF. So I mean that was my goal for this year. Didn't get it, but I'm like, all right, you know what? We're not gonna dwell on that.
Right.
It made this just another opportunity to go out there and win this championship, and then we're gonna go from there.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm excited to be going back for sure.
That's
like, I grew to love those guys over there, man. Like they really brought me in. Like I've been there. Like after a couple weeks, but I felt like I've been there for years, man.
Yeah, that's fire.
So
that's so cool.
So I definitely appreciate the organization and my teammates as well.
What's your timeline for this? Like, how many years would you want to do this?
I mean, bro, really, I could do it for another 5 years. Like, I mean, I want to, like, of course, everybody's goal is NFL, but like, I've gotten to the point where like it's okay if I don't make it there. Like, I just want to keep on playing and making an impact. I feel.
Yeah, I can't lie, though. I don't know if that should be your goal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I feel like going over to Europe and like. And I feel like, I mean, I would love to come back to this team, but I feel like it would be nice to, go to another country and play there, and then, make the same impact. Yeah.
I think that should be like. Yeah, this is just me, like, kind of being like a world traveler, and I like to do that kind of stuff. Like you know what I'm saying? You're kind of getting paid to live in another country. I'm getting paid, and they're paying for a free flight over across seas, bro. Yeah. To go do the thing that I love to do. Exactly. So
they're paying for everything, bro. I don't got to come out of pocket for nothing. It's like,
and I get going to the NFL as a dream.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind
of. And I got to that point like this offseason. I'm like, I don't know if that was my calling. Like, I was talking to my uncle because he made him like, I think maybe it's like, you did that for me. Like you got to experience that NFL life, and like you enjoyed it, but now he's onto this real estate business. Like he's killing it up there in Rhode Island, in the New England area. Okay. He's killing it. So man, I'm like he got to live the life that he always dreamed in the NFL, and now he's doing something else that he never thought he would do. So I'm like, that's what I'm like. I mean, like, I'm not really tripping about. I'm just letting not life come to me, but like I'm just like I'm excited to see where I go. Cause I know like I feel like the money's gonna come. Like I'm gonna be super successful in whatever whatever I eventually want to put my mind to, I'm gonna be super successful in it. Yeah. So I'm just enjoying
your youth.
Exactly. Getting to do the thing that I've loved my entire life. I'm gonna do that as long as I can.
And you're learning so many lessons going through this. Yeah. So I gotta ask the question, because one of the questions that we ask on every episode is, what is one of the hardest things you've been through? And what did you do mentally, like just in general, to get through that time, that phase, that period in your life? I almost forgot this question. That's crazy.
That's a great question. So I mean, I've got a couple. I mean, I've got like, my grandfather, losing my stepdad. I mean, those are 2 huge losses. I mean, my grandfather, that was who I looked up to my entire life. I mean, he passed when I was 13. So I mean, I learned so much from him. He's always the one that like told me, he's always the one that gave me that confidence to go out there every game and be like, okay, you that dude, so go out there and play and do your thing. Yeah. And my stepdad, I mean, I lived with him, my mom, my sisters. So then losing him was huge because I mean he was always the one that like just he taught me so much. He taught me like a lot from my teenage years. Like he's the one that really like I don't know like for him like losing him like it made me feel like a responsibility to help raise my little sisters because man like they loved him like that was their favorite person on earth. So like I feel like I mean I'm not him, but like I'm gonna do everything I can to teach y'all the things that he would have taught y'all and to like get y'all in the spaces that y'all want to be in. Because look, those girls.
How old were you?
My world. I was 20 when he passed. He had I was 20. I had just turned 20, and he had passed on New Year's of 2018. So that day I woke up. I remember that day so vividly because I didn't even go out that New Year's. I was just in the house chilling with my family, and then he was at his mother's house, and then I remember waking up for like 8 o'clock on New Year's Day. My mom like comes down, like she comes down the stairs and like she's crying. I'm like I'm just waking up, like literally eyes open. She's like Dre. I was like yeah. She was like Rufus up breathing. I was like what? And like he had already been like going through some health issues for like a couple months at the time. She said that and I was like, and I just it's another one of those times where I'm like this can't be real. So then that happens, and then we go over it, and I go over to the house, and like I just see his body right there, just laying. I couldn't even move, but like I saw him, and I just sat there, and I couldn't move. Like I guess the ambulance people had to come in there and like get me out. Like I was stuck. Because I had never really seen like I mean it's crazy because I had my grandfather had passed while I was laying on his arm, and then just to see him like that too, it was like. That was a lot for me. Yeah, for sure. But it also made me like I'm the man in the house now. Like I
had to grow up.
Exactly, and I gotta be there for my sisters. Like that's all that I could think about, bro. Like everything I gotta do is like to make sure them and then my mom, my grandmother, like make sure they
straight taken care of. Those things.
So it's like my uncle, he does. You know, he does a lot. Cause like once my grandfather passed, like he stepped into that role, like in our immediate like family right there. He stepped into that role. So he's done a great job with that. He's been teaching me along the way. That's been my role model, I mean, since I was young too, because he played ball. He did everything I wanted to do. But like especially now with them two being gone, like I look at him even more now. So I mean my dad's a pretty big inspiration too. I mean, but I just look at my uncle like,
Sure. No, that's a lot to take in, no matter how old you are. Losing your grandfather, stepfather like that. That's a lot to take in. But I like hearing stories like that because once again, like we were saying earlier, when things like that happen, you have choices to make.
Yeah.
And you can either sit in it or you can take it and morph it into something.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they moved on. Like God called them for a reason. And it's like that. I mean, I feel like they almost like they did what they were here to do.
Right.
And now it's up to me to
carry it on.
Yeah, step into that role and like be the man.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all like growth too. Like
right.
And I feel like I mean, my uncle will tell you that too. Like he said, I mean, my grandfather passed him. Like that's when he knew he had to like just go into that and like provide, and like teach. Also, like be the person that we all look to. And then so now I feel like my stepfather, like it was like that. Maybe not on that great of a scale because I was younger, but definitely to the scale like to where my sisters like they look at me and like I'm almost like Superman to them. Yeah. So it's like I gotta step into that Superman role.
For sure.
Wear that cape and do my thing.
For sure.
So I mean I feel like I mean they ask me like Dre, why do you leave? Why are you always gone? Cause like I'm like bro at home I'm working out or doing my Instagram dash. Like I'm always doing something, man.
Fine.
So like it's like they're like you gotta spend time. So I mean I do that when I come back. I'm like baby you gonna thank me
one day.
You gonna thank me. Like,
So it's hard for people who aren't trying to be like in that top percent to understand the mindset of people in that top percent. Because I mean I go through the same thing, but like so like for me and Vinny talk and when him and I talk and him and I kind of came to like trying to be a 1% in the 1% of the 1%. Like not even just top 10%. Like I want to be a 1%er of the 1%. And once you realize, like, even if you're trying to be top 10%, top 20%, what's the chances that the people around you end up there, right? So it's hard for them to really grasp, you know, everything that you're trying to do and what
especially
you're doing for
they're
them.
young and they see the big brother, and like since I'm like I already go overseas to play ball, so it's like they don't see me every day anyway. So like I understand like this time is precious, but that's why like I set aside the time for them for sure. Like I have to.
So that kind of brings up something that I've been so for the last year, Jamal King, he's a real estate he calls himself the 9-to-5 millionaire. He runs with Eric Thomas or whatever. Okay. And about a year ago, he came out with his 5 pillars, and I think you might love these because I've started implementing them in my life. Yeah. And you have to be very intentional. So like when you wake up in the 100%. Day, you're intentional about these 5 pillars, and it's faith, family, funds, freedoms, and fitness.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
You feel me? Yes. And every day you wake up and you should be intentional about those 5 things. Yeah. And when those 5 things get taken care of, you can worry about everything else. But like, I wake up and I pray, and I read my Bible, and I'm doing lesson plans, and I'm doing devotionals, and that's my faith. Yeah. My fitness, I work out. We get it done. Family, I make sure I do what I can for my family, be here when I can, help them out where I can. I'm intentional. I go up, you know what I'm saying, go upstairs, talk to my mom, talk to my dad. You feel me? Intentional with it. My freedoms, for me, that's my freedom. This is my freedoms, right? My funds, this is my funds. Yeah, exactly. It goes together, my side hustle, you feel me? And so like I'm so intentional with those things, and what you'll start to find is when you're intentional with those things, 1, they bounce off of each other.
Exactly, they come about. Yeah.
You feel me? And 2, your life just becomes so fulfilled and better all the way around. For sure. Being intentional with
and that's the intention, being intentional with everything, bro. Like that's the thing, like the manifestation, you got to be intentional with like everything that you have, like even to the most minute detail. Yeah. Because the more detailed you are with like the manifestation, that's how it'll come about.
The easier it comes about. If you're locked in and you're intentional on everything you're doing, every little part. It's coming. Exactly. It's gonna be. You can't just talk it. Yeah. You have to be intentional in your actions. Yeah. And then if you're talking it and saying it out loud and you're intentional, exactly. I promise you.
You gotta speak. You gotta like be intentional. You gotta believe that it's gonna happen. Like not even believe that it's gonna believe that it already happened. Yeah. That's my thing. Like my mom always said, like live in the end. Yeah. Live in the end.
Yeah. Like it's already written. Oh man, I love that. Yeah. I haven't heard that. I like that. Cause that's what I be telling people that.
Living your
you drive around in that beat up Honda, you better treat it like it's a BMW.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a BMW.
Yeah, it's gonna be a BMW, bro. But you gotta treat it like it's one already. Like you're already there.
For sure.
Yeah, that's fire. I like that. I might take that. I can't lie. I know we talked about stealing things at dinner yesterday.
Hey, that's something that I'm happy to pass along, bro.
Yeah, I might take that. That's fire, but I haven't worded it like that. That's crazy. How long have we been on here? 2 hours?
Dang.
Really?
That's funny that we said that too.
I'm telling you, but when you and that's what happens, bro. You hop on here and you start talking about life and you just kind of keep going. I mean, that's what it's for, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's for.
This is awesome, though. I've been enjoying this, bro.
Yeah. It's different, isn't it?
It is.
You get to tell your story and think some things.
And it's just cool, like doing it with you.
Yeah. I appreciate that. That's humble. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm trying to get better.
No, you're doing a great job.
Every day trying to get better. I'm excited for what we have going forward. Mark and I were talking yesterday. He was like, I'm about to get him on. We're about to go see Coach Macias at Michigan State.
Okay, you did say that.
I'm about to go up to Bowling Green and record with some people, Harlem Globetrotter and some other things.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got some.
Oh, yeah, you good there. Yeah, you got it.
I'm trying to get out of the football realm.
You need to get other sports.
Other sports. And I think the hardest thing right now is finding women that I want to have on.
I saw you had the one girl.
Lachey?
Yeah.
She's I fucking love having Lachey on. She's a great woman. She played travel ball with me.
Okay, yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
I fucking loved her. Yeah. Do you know Gypsy? The golfer from Moorhead?
I think I know a little bit about her, yeah.
I'm supposed to be meeting with her. We've been trying to get that going for a while. Okay, she just got a new job and she travels so much. Like she's in Arizona right now.
What does she do?
She puts on like golfing events.
Oh, okay. See,
yeah. So it's pretty lit. I know we were just at a conference down here in Atlanta, and one of the women who works in their offices, she was giving a presentation, and I just loved like her energy and like she was like how she was talking. So I came up to her and like I got her number, and her and I were talking. So I'm
gonna say probably like one that's just like doesn't probably play the sport, but like is it just in that field?
Well, that's so that's what this is really is like. So like it doesn't have to be just like an athlete. Like, if you're involved in sport in some type of way, an athletic director, operations manager, and especially because like whenever we start putting out more videos and we start really opening up the entertainment company, like I want to do like day in the life videos of those kind of people as well.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
I'm super interested in because I've seen guys do it. I'm like, that's their story though. But it's like I feel like you can go any country, like any guy doing any sport, any girl doing any sport in any country, bro. It'll be totally different, bro. Exactly. Just cause like just as the person, really. So like there's guys. There's one guy I know I watched since he was in college. He used to do it, but now he's like playing in Mexico or something. And like he does a day in life joint still like a vlog. I'm like, bro, that's so cool. And like I feel like that's something that I definitely want to get into. Like just showing people what I do on a day-to-day basis, bro. Cause I feel like it definitely is entertaining. I'm like, I feel like I'll show them everything too. Like not just stick to the phone. I mean, I'll show them the little nightlife and all that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the traveling I get to do.
You don't have to tell me twice, but we'll
for
show
sure.
up to Denmark. We'll shoot whatever you got to shoot, bro. You don't have to tell us twice.
That's we gotta travel. That's one thing, bro. To travel over there, bro. Like when I went to go see Martin, it cost me $13 to do that. So, that's what I'm saying. You get over there, bro.
We're over there. This is like what did they say? What did we just say? Manifestation.
Yeah, bro. Living in. Already see yourself there, bro.
We're already there. I see myself getting on the plane right now.
For real.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But let's wrap this up. I appreciate you coming on.
No, for sure, bro.
It's been real.
I enjoyed being on here, man.
Yeah, this is one of the best ones we've had so far.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
You do well. Appreciate all y'all coming. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow Dre. His Instagram will be there. His tags will be there. Make sure you keep track of him. We're going to be bringing y'all some stuff. I know you just heard it. We're bringing you some things from him. You're going to see him, what he's like over there at Denmark. It sounds amazing. Make sure you subscribe, follow our page, hoodies, and all the great things we got coming out soon. Keep track, but you won't get it unless you follow the page and subscribe, so you better do it. But thank y'all for coming. Thank you, Dre.